Ooh. Oh, my camera's been knocked. Let's get that back in position. That's okay. Let me see if I can fix that. Here. Just gonna fix the camera, guys. What is she locking? Okay. Just turn it gently. This is what you get for putting a camera on a mini tripod. For some reason it decided to fall. I think it's staying up okay. Right, let's check this scene here. Yep, okay. All good. Fantastic. Okay. Technical difficulties at the beginning of the stream. Great way to start, as always. Let me see. Hello, everyone. Luther's congrats on getting first on Twitch. Let's see. Crimson Goblin's in. Hello. You were so close to getting first. Ah. I'll have to get new shulker boxes then on my single player. Genuine January, how are you doing? Thank you for the lurk muses. Creeper John, how are you? Good morning to you. Shay, oh my goodness, just watched 1,000 players simulate Civilization, rich and poor, best cinema of 25, including SBK in this comparison. Oh, fair enough, yeah. Experiencing technical difficulties. Ooh, three stream streak. Woo. That's awesome, Creeper John. How are you doing, girl named B? Do you mind if I just call you B? Does that work? I'll try to remember that. Nightwolf, good to see you too. Hi. Okay, camera hopefully will not fall down again. Yeah, I am still a bit tired from yesterday's 6-hour stream. We're not streaming for 6 hours today. Definitely not. I think we'll probably go for maybe about 2.5 hours. A 3-stream streak, 3 times fast. 3 stream streaks, 3 stream streaks, 3 stream streak. I was streaming last night, had to dip early. It was good. We had a great time. We had a bit of, with, I think it was a Viking and Nuke and Elfie. Came on for a little bit of, and we got some stuff done. Decoration, some things done in the shopping district. So we're going to just continue working on shopping district stuff, I think, today. Namely, I need to figure out what... I think just what we're going to start by doing is actually just getting materials, getting the stuff over there. So I think that's what we're going to do first, is let's just stock the shop. Because we know that everything we're putting into the shop is not going to move. Oh, I need to do the signs. Okay, let me grab the... I could the signs can be temporary. Just woke up and got on a vacation that you started streaming. The timing. Absolutely. Okay, I did do a little bit of thinking today and have got figured out where I want to put all the different books in the bookstore. So let's do that first. That was very early. Please follow me. Guys, anyone who's regular here or regular in the SBK community, you may recognize Water Ghost MC. What were you doing today, Water Ghost? What were you playing? I think this is your first time raiding me, is it? Queen 23 Bean, welcome. You congrats, got a 3-stream streak. What were you playing today, Water Ghost? I'm expecting Minecraft. Venus Roots, thank you for the lurk. I know. Shouldn't they have 0 viewers? the shade, just being shady, just terraforming. But you know, everyone's got to start somewhere. Honestly, that's everyone starts with like the starts with like a viewer or two. But you got to start somewhere, dude. Like, how long have you been streaming? Long? Even if you have been streaming long, share your stuff, share your passion. People will pop by and say hi eventually, especially if you know people. If you've got like friends who do, oh, this is why I was needed had to come back, was deciding about the signs. Okay, but yeah, the if you start somewhere, go follow him. Go follow Water Ghost. Not long, about a month. That's a start. Exactly. Go follow Water Ghost, and then go give support. Okay. I have a feeling that if I put signs up here, they're not going to be particularly visible. But you know, it'll be fine. I think people can step back and have a look if they need to. Not DW. Someone came into, I think it was Avid stream the other day. It was actually Avid stream the other day, and they asked Avid the question, how do you grow as a creator? Or how do you grow on Twitch? Thing is, I'm pretty sure Avid grew on YouTube. And he said like you can't grow on a single platform, which mostly he's right about that. I am missing a barrel up there. Okay, I need to get a barrel and another hopper. So he is right mostly in that point. Like the best way to grow is through having access, working on multiple platforms. My advice is just have fun and people will follow. That's part of it. And the thing is, you can grow mostly through Twitch. It just takes a bit of time and it does take effort. It's about networking. It's about connecting with people. It's about raiding into other creators, especially creators that actively encourage people to follow smaller creators. So it's about raiding into those places. It's about engaging in those communities as well. So you come in, you make friends, you chat, and you say, and then that's the way it goes. Like you spread the information through your network on Twitch. You connect with people. You get involved in their discords. You don't necessarily have to make YouTube videos. Does help. Absolutely does help. Every platform that you work with will help a lot. Okay, I think what we do is we will put signs on every barrel, but I think we might have to do some extra signs down here to guide. Now we got 2 minutes of singing, singing, singing. Singing mode is changed. It's no longer 5'2". Samesies. Thank you so much. I support the supporters supporting small CCs. I would consider myself somewhat a small CC. Who is flying? Luther's got to go yet again, flying home early tomorrow, and I'm so excited. But last hurrah, I shall bless chat with this. Shall see you soon. Very soon. Soon we shall see you. Missed the barrel. Aha, we got it. Okay, let's see what we can do. Maybe we have a reference here on the side. Yes, that should work. We're gonna have to get some decorations in here. Okay, let's put names down on these lines. Let me get my document. There it is. So we have got mending. Unbreaking. Efficiency. Silk touch. Fortune. Looting. Singing's up. Would follow or whatever. It's over there, but I don't own Facebook. Facebook is a funky one. I don't really know many people who stream to it. Every time I talk to someone about Facebook, though, a lot of the time people are like, "Oh, that's for old people." But that could just be my country. It's a platform. It's a choice. So just did sweeping edge, sharpness, respiration is next. Feather falling. I love your stream. It's pure delight. Blocks and laughter late at night. Creepers hiss, but you still gleam. Your craft my joy in every stream. Shay Pixar, that's amazing. That's beautifully written. Protection. Actually, I feel like I should have maybe feather falling up on top. Here, where did I put the... Yeah, feather falling should probably be on the top there. The feather falling. And I'm just going to make all books cost the same. Protection, and then we do curse of... That's cure. Of vanishing. And then up here, curse of binding. Okay, how legible are those? If we get some glowing, I think we definitely should switch the signs out for a different wood. It doesn't really stick out particularly well in these. On the warped wood, I think it probably needs to be a different wood. But for now, we're just going to make this shop functional, and then we can come back in and make it look pretty afterwards. Okay, so I have laid out a couple of sections. Wait, I have a poem. My name is Philip. I am a poet. I wrote this poem just to show it. And I just turned 9. You can write rhymes, but you can't write mine. Saturday's a work day, Shay. You look after yourself, and hope work doesn't go is fairly fine today. Almost done, but the last hour is the busiest. Enjoy your lurk, Shay. I appreciate you hanging out in the lurks lurk zone. Okay, so we've got D, B, B, C. How did I break this up? So that's a 6. Okay. I think I put the top, the most inconvenient ones up on top, the ones that just aren't used very often. So we do project, we'll call it, we'll do blast protection here. No, projectile. Protection. Come on. Okay, then blast protection. You can hear an alarm going off in the distance. I don't know if you guys can hear it. And this one will be fire protection. Okay. You get glow ink for it if you can get it in SBK. We can get an SBK. It's just someone needs to make a farm for it, and I haven't made a farm for it. It's not too hard to set up a glowing farm. It's just about getting it going. But I could probably make a platform where glow ink will fall. I think a house nearby has got its alarm going off, which is kind of annoying right now. Okay, let's do. I could put projectile protection. So it's do thorns under this one. Let's do depth strider here. Glow ink might be enough. We might just need to do glow ink. We might not need to do more. And then the bottom layer we're going to do our so I've grouped these enchantments here are for the crossbow. What country do you live in, Anathra? Ireland. Actually, I live in Dublin, in Ireland, so the capital city. So I'm not really doxing myself by saying that because our capital city's got well over 1 million people living here. Oh, and I was terraforming the SBK City project. Ooh, how is that going? Okay, so that was D. This is only got space for 6, so I think I did. Yeah, this is the B one. So I think, was it 2 and 4? So we'll do. We'll keep on this end breach. I think I spelled breach right. And density. So these go for these get put on the mace, and then on this end we will do the other 4. So these are for the trident. So channeling. Loyalty. And we'll put impaling here. Good. After I finished the design for Fool's House, I'm going to make Marm's Pickle Castle. I'm going to make it look like a sea pickle. That's awesome. Victoria, how are you doing? Victoria, it's not late. It's not that much of a late showing. Like, it's only like, what, 20 minutes? Day's going fine. It's been nice and chill. We're setting up the bookshop and getting it functional. Okay, so this is the C section. We've got 4, 4, and 2. Okay, so we're going to put the fishing stuff on the end here. Lure and look of the sea. I think we do bow on the inside. So flame. Punch. Power. Infinity. And then these ones will be, let's do smite here. Oop. Smite. Bane of Art. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need to do this on a second level. Yes, I am. Let's see. View up arthropods. Some of these just will not sell at all, but that's fine. Fire aspect. And finally, knockback. I would be very surprised if any of the books on this top shelf ever sold. There's a reason why I put them up here. Someone may want blast protection, fire protection, or projectile protection, but they're very, very rarely bought. Horns, I did sell a few last season. Depth Strider will be bought. Frostwalker, maybe a couple. I think people may buy some crossbow stuff. Which of these will people buy? People, I don't know if anyone does a game or something with with tridents. They may buy some trident enchantments. There will be mace enchantments bought. Elfie, how are you doing? Good to see you. Do you want to give yourself a shout out for fun? We're kind of laying out the bookshop. So downstairs is all the enchantments that kind of like aren't bought too often or are bought pretty much never. So we got our fish. I think the fishing ones will be bought. Some of the sword stuff will be bought. The bow stuff I think will be bought. And if we go upstairs, these I'm pretty sure are like the most popular enchantments that sold last season. I need to get some glowing so I can actually see these properly. So Unbreaking, Mending, definitely going to have to restock those regularly. Silk Touch, maybe. Efficiency, definitely. We've got Looting and Fortune, not too often. That's Sharpness up there. I think that might sell. Sweeping Edge will probably sell as well. Aquafinity Respiration, maybe. Protection, definitely. Feather Falling, definitely. And then the Curses as well. I have a feeling that they will occasionally get bought too. So yeah, we've got a... This is the popular section. I need to make a little spot for payments because I don't particularly want people... They're not going to be able to put their logs into there. So yeah, okay. I need to get 1 barrel, 1 hopper, and then we get to also bring over a whole bunch of books. So I think we can do that. We can start bringing over books and filling up the chests. So welcome to the shipping stream. That's probably what we're going to be doing today. Shipping books. At least for a little while. We may even also need to buy some... spend some time trading with villagers as well. To fill up all the barrels, because I have got a chest worth of every book, but I don't have a barrel plus a hopper plus a chisel bookshelf worth of books. So we may need to do we may do a little bit of trading as well today to really fill out the entire shop. At least it'll be stocked tonight. How was the viewer server yesterday, Alfie? Did you go time? Yeah, I need to go. Just need 1 sign. You pop these into my bundle. Okay. Need to make one, I think. There was no barrels left. No. Any chance I've got some? Yes, I do. 1, 2. I think that should cover it all. Barrel and chest for the hopper. Okay, pop you in there, pop you in there, and the sign in there as well. It was good. We had some fun. Checked out some cool builds. Awesome. I've been meaning to try and get into the habit of going onto my server as well occasionally, but I just haven't gotten the mood for it at the moment. So I need to find the way to motivate myself to do some stuff in that world. Okay. Let's just have a look at this view because this looks absolutely... Maybe we'll go... Let's go to 64. Apply. Shaders. Oh my god, that's so good. I swear, this is like one of the best views of the shopping district right now. It's so pretty. It's hard to find the time with everything else. That's why I set aside 1 stream a week for it. Yeah, true. I have been I've been thinking of setting aside a stream a month for it. But again, it's... I need to sit down and have a think about what I want to do content creation wise outside of SBK as well. So, because Lovely knows it is to be identified as SBK. I'm more than just SBK, and I kind of want to decide whether I want to do more than SBK in content creation. Shipping books, cursive binding and mending equals cursive mending. I like shipping those books. Those are good ship. That's a good ship together. Cursive mending. Imagine. I wonder how. Let's have a think. How would a cursive mending work out? Okay, let me get some stuff into my chest, and then I should have room for basically everything. Actually, I'll keep the bed, and I can put the arrow in there. Awesome. This means I should be able to just carry over an entire chest worth each time. If I did my math correct. Fabulous. Okay, so we can bring a whole chest over each time. So that means we only have to travel back and forth 39 times. Oh, when we get to shulker boxes, it's going to be so much better. I think Com would work on all sorts of things, especially leather and gold. That's true. There could be gold. I wouldn't gold. I do use it on. I use it on my helmet. Yes, cursive mending. Yes, I figured. It took me a second. Also, shout out to Feather Falling for saving my feet as I jump down these stairs. Okay, so these were the looting books, weren't they? Looting was on this floor, I believe, which means it's up here. That is so satisfying, isn't it? Just like seeing the books fill up into the shelf. Oh, so good. I don't know what FFFTM stands for. That's surpassed my ability to figure it out. I'm gonna need a way to get up. Oh, I can just jump. There we go. Don't even need to go very far. Place you. Okay, what was the one that I didn't do? Enchant. So channeling, loyalty, impaling, and riptide. That's it. Riptide. Feather falling for the wind. For the wind. Okay, yeah, that took. My brain is probably still a little bit mushy from last night's stream. Also, I'm not a big fan of how the camera is right now. Is that any better? Actually, let me just check that I'm happy with it here. We had a little incident earlier where my camera tripod decided to hit the floor. It decided to fall. So yeah, okay, right now just back and forth and bringing books over, and we can chat while we do it. What do you mean? What I get? What do you mean you don't know what feather falling for the win means? I got it! I have a great Celtic profile silhouette. Oh, thank you. I got it. Oh, no, that means I got points, Elfie. Damn. If you win, you get points. It's disgraceful. Camera's got a white circle in the center. Ah, okay. Yeah, you are right. Um. Hmm. Oh, thank bejeebus. I'm not in Hufflepuff. I'm Ravenclaw. Um. Let me see. Can I fix that? That might be because it fell. Can I configure video? No, that circle is still there, isn't it? Might be a glare. Think. See, there is a light directly. There is a circular light directly above it. So let's see. I think that's fixed. I'm being very careful because that tripod is being very funky. Think it's gone? Do I have a contrasty thing? Okay, let's see. That's not contrasty enough. What about this? I think there's still that circle. It's not as prominent as it was. There's probably what it's doing. It's probably so there's a couple of there's lights basically all along this part of my desk. So it's probably reflecting one of those. And that's why we had the little circle of light. Well, there we go. Okay, that's that should hopefully fix that little thing. The joys of tech. Is definitely ugly with... Oh, I used the brick block in a build for the first time yesterday. I always thought it looked kind of ugly, but Alfie's palette and the market inspired me. The brick block, like, the thing is, I believe every block has got its place. Sometimes you want ugly. Even Alfie can occasionally build ugly if he puts his mind to it. Zane Christian, how are you doing? Good to see you. She might start trading with the villagers again in between each round, so we can work on getting the shop completely full. Not mad. I'm on a little cell phone screen, so I don't see it until it's pointed out. It's the little details that we don't always notice until someone else points it out and it's like, oh yeah, and then you can't unsee it. That's the danger of it. It's like you can't unsee the those little extra details that get pointed out occasionally. Give me a plot and the poke and I'll build the ugliest thing you ever seen. Why do you need a plot? You could just go over and build it. Yeah, and then you could pretend and say that, oh no, Milkman just threw this together out of his inventory. What are you talking about, Scottery? Okay, that was fire protection. Oh, this is one of the ones that's expensive. How am I going to get up there? Think I can reach it. Okay, was it? Fire protection's on the corner. Oh, this is so satisfying. Definitely will look great if we get like bookshelves going all the way up To the top. Also, Elfie, do you know who gave the... Out of curiosity, I won't tell anyone, but do you know who gave the flamingo the tail feathers? Is this the MC version of Gold Hold My Beer? Yes. Oh, you thought that was always there? Okay, well maybe someone else put it there. It was Kit. Oh, okay. Okay, that explains it. So I saw mangrove as well, so I'm thinking, who put that there? Wouldn't put it past LP, but it does definitely strike as definitely a Kit thing. If anyone doesn't know Kit tricks, just check out the SBK people. Kitrix is one of them. They're from the Mangrove Kingdom. And, yeah, they're fantastic for exercise. Like, that's why Mangrove is so dangerous this season, because both of the dudes there are incredibly mischievous. Great combo. Okay, this is density. Ooh, what's the weather like down in Plymouth? Is it good? Or is it too hot? That could also be the problem as well. Like when you say, oh, is the weather great in the UK or Ireland? And then it's also the question, is it too hot? Chaotic Dead Fish Kingdom? Oh yeah, you guys are working hard on that. One thing I didn't think about, all these times I've gone back and forth through the portals, I did not get around to fixing that RAM issue earlier today. If it pops up again, Alfie, I might ask you for advice on how to fix that RAM issue. Doing okay at the moment, just about. AKE stream is going well. We're just having a nice chill time stocking a bookshelf. Stocking bookshelves. It was nice earlier, Footy says, and a little overcast tonight. That's okay. That's nice to have a bit of a mix of weather as well. Cool, thanks, Alfie. Hopefully it doesn't happen too often and I don't have to restart my game, but we'll make it work. It's a fish farm? Yeah. Fish farm, Dead Fish Kingdom. What's the difference? Let's see. Density is here. So pretty. They're there for a purpose. Of course they got a purpose. You need to pay the child support. You paid £7 for 2 days of Wi-Fi? I don't know how good that is, because I don't think I have. Usually if I've gone somewhere, you think it's a reasonable price. Usually if I've gone somewhere, the Wi-Fi has been included in some way or another. Like if I'm in a hotel, usually the Wi-Fi is part of the service. If I'm in, even in an Airbnb, the Wi-Fi is part of the service. So I don't know. It's hard for me to kind of like tell. Okay, gonna go disappear for half an hour after full hour. Closing time. Hope the closing work goes fine, Shay, and we'll see you later. But, yeah. I probably would tend to, if I didn't have Wi-Fi available in the accommodation I was staying in, I would likely just hotspot. Because if I'm away somewhere, I'll usually have access. Like if in Europe, I'll still have a good amount of hours and stuff to use with my network in Europe anyway. Bardis, how are you doing? Good to see you. We are taking our books from our villagers here and bringing them over to a new shop that I've set up in the shopping district. And we're currently playing Skyblock Kingdoms, which is a content creator SMP of 22 content creators. Each paired up to rule their own little kingdoms, and each kingdom is based off a different wood type. And I play for the Nether Kingdom. So, yeah. And then you'll see a whole bunch of other kingdoms around here. You can see Bamboo Kingdom there. Over there's a portal to Mangrove Kingdom. That is a Pale Oak Kingdom over there. And we're going into a build, which is built by one of the guys who's currently in chat. He's one of my moderators. King Alfie. So King Alfie built this building here, which is known as the Bammer Grove Market, which is a market managed by 3 different kingdoms. That would be the Bamboo Kingdom, Mangrove Kingdom, and Nether Kingdom. And yeah, we have got shops being set up in here now. It's pretty cool. Creeper is paying $4.3 for a month of Wi-Fi on 20 megabytes per second. We are doing okay. Well, our package is also tied in with TV and stuff as well, so it is definitely not $4.30. Tell you what, Bardas, do you want to pop onto my Discord and you can share it there? There's an pretty sure I've got an advertising page on my Discord if you want to share it there. Links aren't really allowed in my chat. So if you want to pop onto my Discord, exclamation point Discord, and you can pop over there, join the Discord, and share the details there if you want. And if you just make sure that you put the details that you want to share so people can check it out. If anyone wants to check it out, they can. And that should be pretty straightforward. And maybe some people might give it a shot. I'm not really one for... So you're doing Skyblock's dungeons. Curious how that works. Okay, so this is knockback, which should go in this chest here. But I'll check out your description of it in, later on when I remember after stream. The Creeper's got free Wi-Fi at home. Yay. Put it in promos. The promos channel is the best place to share details on things and stuff. And then if anyone has any questions, they can ask you there. Yep. Your mobile is 5 gigabytes for £5 right now. 2 SIMs, so you have a discount. Oh, is that... No worries. That's fine. I should probably make sure that the other channels get opened up for people when they come into the Discord. I'll have a double check back over the roles. I'll try to remember to do that. Might just make a note of it. Let me. I'll just put a note into that Discord to remind myself. Review channel that show up. There we go. Okay, cool. That should be. I should be able to look that back later. My mobile plan is much more. I think Canada is ranked as one of the most expensive places for mobile plans. Is it? So my plan is. So my plan. What I do is I do the. I do prepay. So I pay €20, and that when I pay the €20, it gives me, I think it's 28 days. Yeah, so 28 days essentially. For those 28 days, I get pretty much unlimited data at home, unlimited calls across my network, and free unlimited text messages, I think, as well. though most of the time I don't use them. Most of the stuff is using data. But it also gives me a good amount of data that I can use in Europe and the UK monthly as well. So I could use that. I think I get like, I don't know, like several gigabytes of data that I can use in across Europe if I'm traveling. And then if I travel outside of a zone which is not covered by my network, I can pay for, say, a week of data in a country of my choosing for I think like €7 or something like that, or is it 20? No, it's about €20 or something like that. So another 20, it'll use up credit that I have. But once I get I just basically top up every month, and I have access to everything. Mine is $230 a month for 2 phones, 125 gigabytes of data, and unlimited text voice in Canada and the US. $230 a month. $230 or I suppose I'm not talking about, is that including like all your internet as well? Northern Nomad is also 210. I'm just talking about like phone mobile. That's just the mobile plan. Holy bejeebus. Gralton, how are you doing? I'm getting shocked by North American mobile plans, which I pay €20 a month, €20 every 28 days to basically get almost what's known as free data. And it covers, I'd be covered if I was traveling across Europe. If I travel anywhere in Europe, I'm covered. I don't have to pay anything extra. And then I can use that €20 that I paid when I'm abroad in a country that I haven't got covered for. And I can use that to pay for, say, I don't know, 7 days of data. When I was in Chile, I paid for 7 days of data with money that I had in my account, because it doesn't disappear. Just like it stays there because I'm not using it, because I've got free data for 28 days. So I top up again and I have another, then I'll have 40 in my account. I've top up again 60. I could have like €100 in my account. It does start to expire after a while. So I think it's like after every 6 months it starts to expire. But I have that money in my account just in case. And then if I'm abroad in a country where I need to buy data, I can use that. It's kind of crazy. So, Sweeping Edge. I think I had Sweeping Edge upstairs as well, didn't I? Yes, I did. Here we go. Hi, Fyra. We're talking about phone plans and the crazy costs of phone plans in the US and North America compared to what I pay here in Ireland. And I'm currently doing, I'm not on a plan. Gralton, you probably have a if not the same plan, a very similar plan. Like my net, I'm on one of the, I could say it, I'm on the 3 network. But I'm pretty sure it's a very similar plans are available on like Barda's. Yeah, no, go ahead. Thanks. I can check it out sometime. But do pop back for a stream whenever you feel up for it. You're on air. Telecom Air and here's it. Speaking of phone networks, guys, I have to tell you this now because I guess that's called roaming when you're in another country, and that's why it costs a lot. I've got free roaming in a bunch of countries around in Europe, at least anyway. Part of what makes my plan so expensive is the phone price is worked into the monthly plan, so I paid $0 up front for my phone, and I'm paying for it over 2-year plan. Okay, that's fair. So the one difficulty with doing prepay is that I bought the phone outright. So that is the difference. But you can do bill pay plans here, which are cheaper, which will make the phones cheaper, but you're paying a monthly rate. That's in a plan, and you're locked into that plan for maybe a year or two. Okay, you've been moved. We're on to quick charge. Started with Vodafone, but they got bought out, I think. Probably, I think so. 5 gigabytes for £5.40 is my exact £5.40. That's pretty decent, I think. For 5 gigabytes, that should last a bit of time, provided you're not doing something crazy like streaming or like I don't know. Will 5 gigabytes get used up quickly by streaming? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. Creeper John, thank you so much for the lurk. Yeah, so here's the funny thing. I was mentioning about Air. Air was originally our national our national telecommunications company. It wasn't called Air in the beginning. At the beginning, it was called Telecom Éireann. Éireann being the Irish for Ireland, or the genitive case for the Irish of Ireland. So, Éire is the name in Irish. Éireann is what you have to use when it is genitive case. So we if there, you know, the way you get scam calls and stuff like that. We've had scam calls where people have tried to pretend that they're from the national network and say, and they've come in and they've talked and they've said, okay, I'm ringing on behalf of Telecom Éireann. This is decades after it has not gone through one name, but 2 other names. It's gone from Telecom Éireann to Aircom to Air, and yeah, they're trying to obviously do the thing and be cheeky and get your information and stuff, but you're just like, seriously, dude, could you not even just research to figure out what the name of the network is? It's no longer Telecom Éireann. This is only a couple of years ago. That hasn't been called Telecom Éireann for like since back in the 90s. Oh, you were on Meteor. Yeah, Meteor was bought by Aircom, I think. They just love the vintage Irish state companies. So true. I'm sure I'll get... Well, actually, no. ESB, I think, is still a thing, isn't it? What was... I think... What was the gas company used to be called? Bord Gáis used to be called something else, I think, as well, at one point. The gas company. They probably just, like, look them up and realize that's... Yeah. Hey, Kai, I was playing a cute little board game called Verdant with my partner earlier. Do you have any favorite board games? Uno. I jest. Do you have any favorite? Do you know what I really love? I love Villainous. It's a game which is kind of associated with the Disney brand, where you've got different, though I've only played a couple of times. I played Uno a lot more. Villainous is a great game because everyone gets, it's a kind of like a card slash board game, which is a board game. This is Punch 2. So really recommend, if you've never played Villainous, check it out. It's a lot of fun. But everyone gets to play as a different Disney villain. And the different Disney villains are kind of like each have got their own little goals and stuff like that. So you're trying to work on your goals at the same time as trying to prevent the other villains, who are the other players, from achieving their goals. So you've got ways of blocking them from doing their thing. And then at the same time you're trying to push your goal. And the cool thing is that each villainous character is played differently. So if you're playing Ursula from The Little Mermaid, she's got a different goal compared to the evil queen from Snow White. So really, really good game if you've never played it. I am starting to get a little bit jittery here. May have to relog the game if it does it again. We'll see how we get on. My old phone wasn't able to do 5G, and I wanted to be able to use that if it was available. True, it's handy to have. As long as you don't have idiots in Northern Ireland who are burning down 5G masts for some reason. It's getting jittery. I might have to relog my game. Okay, punch 2 is over here. Punch. Okay, let's see how we get on. Totally sounds like you know. You know! You have to say it with like an Irish accent. You know. Like you know. Oh, I almost bought that one last time. It was at a game store. I will have to check it out. Have I ever played Dominion? I don't think I've played Dominion. Have I heard of Dominion? I've definitely heard of Dominion. Or am I getting mixed up with the Minecraft series that Viking was in? Is Dominion anything like, say, like Settlers of Catan or something like that? Yeah, if there's a really cool game I like called Mansion of Madness. It's like an AI-directed murder mystery. But on top of trying to find the murderer, the mansion is also turning you insane, and you have the roleplay to roleplay the different madnesses that mansion gives you. That's so cool. Okay, if the game gets jittery, I might just take advantage of the ads to restart my game. Let's see how we get on. Villainous is fun. Haven't played in a while. I'm having a board game next weekend with my friends next week, and I should definitely bring that one. What I love is that there's a lot of expansion packs for Villainous as well. So, my brother's got a whole bunch of those expansion packs. It is ads time, yep. On Twitch anyway. But yeah, my brother's got a whole bunch of the expansion packs as well. The cool thing is that there's also a version for Star Wars as well, because Star Wars is owned by Disney, so they can. It's made by the same people that make Magic the Gathering, so it's a deck building card game, but all the cards are included. I really haven't heard of it before. Is it something similar? Is it a very similar game to Magic the Gathering? It's the same style of game, like TC, like trading card style game, where you have like your power up cards and you have your attack cards and stuff like that. I'm imagining that, like, the most of my experience with that kind of TCG game. Okay, I'm taking advantage of the ad break. We're going to quickly restart the game. So guys, just going to restart the game so that I can not have the RAM issue. It took about an hour for it to start, so hopefully that means it'll last in between the ad sessions. Okay, let's hit this button. No, that's not the right button. And back onto SBK. My friends and I play so many games. We've been building our collection over the years. Some of our faves are Munchkin. I've heard of Munchkin. Katana I have yet to play, even though I do have the game upstairs. Epic Spell Wars, Boss Monster, and Killer Bunnies. Have I played Killer Bunnies? Oh, I need to... See, our board games kind of got disrupted when... Board games kind of got disrupted a couple of years ago. We used to do regular board games most weekends. And then my brother had children. Nothing against him having kids, but it did kind of impact our weekly gameplay with that group of friends. So I'll have to. Do you know, I need to get back into it again. It'd be a good thing to do. Just do weekly board games. Lovely and all as the computer games are, it's also important to socialize with playing games with people in person as well. Multi-shot is down here. I might get away with not restocking some of these for a little bit. The only ones I won't get away with not restocking will be mending. So you can buy an action card that lets... So Akai is explaining to me about the Dominion. So you can buy an action card that lets you draw more cards and gives more chances to draw more money to buy more things, so on and so forth. All the cards you buy stay in your deck for the game. Okay, so it's basically like you're playing the TCG game, but all the cards are there to be bought in the game play. King Alfie says, yeah, my best friend that I have this collection with is having his first kid in February, so board game nights are probably going to be on the back burner for a little while. It can be managed. I think what I should do is I should talk to my brother and say, hey, look, maybe we organize even like a monthly board game day. And they can come up. Because like I live near my parents and the parents love having the grandkids. And we could do board games while the grandparents are looking after the grandchildren. Okay, respiration. Was the Twitch ads also a kind of support to the streamers, just like on Facebook Live? So all ads generally will be a supporting feature for on a platform. I think YouTube, you do get ads on your videos and streams possibly before you can make any revenue off it, because you can't. So just for anyone who's curious about it, so on YouTube. You don't get money off YouTube unless you're partner. And there's two levels to partner. There's partner where you can get directly supported by your community through super chats and through memberships. And you get that when you have 3,000 hours watched on your channel within the last year and also 500 subscribers. And then the next level where you can get support directly from ad revenue, that is when you have hit 1,000 subscribers and have got 4,000 watch hours on your channel in the last year. Random Box, hi, how are you doing? Good to see you. We're moving books without shulker boxes. It's great fun. Well, it's giving you lots of opportunities to chat. I am good. It's a little bit cooler than it was. Has been warmer. Yes, I had a wonderful birthday yesterday. I had a good 6-hour birthday stream. It was good fun. On Twitch, actually, so the question was about Twitch though. On Twitch, the way it works is you get affiliated. As far as I know, ads will not be played on channels that are not affiliated. So you can't get ads on your channel if you're not affiliated. So that means that you do get a little bit of percentage from the ads, I think, that are run on your channel. And I can control somewhat when the ads happen, but they're going to run ads on Twitch no matter what. They'll find a way. So, yeah. It is my birthday. Yep, thank you. Thank you, Box. Yeah, it was my birthday yesterday, and I decided I wanted to do a 6-hour birthday stream yesterday. So we did a 6-hour birthday stream yesterday, and it was messing around in SBK and having a good time. Ikai was going on about the Dominion. It's an easy game to learn with lots of ways to play, so it's really got something for everyone. It also has a ton of expansions and can be played with 2 to 6 players. That's awesome. On YouTube, it's only 1 to 3 ads, but 9 ads, no way. So the thing is that the thing that Twitch lets me do is if I play 3 minutes worth of ads each hour, which doesn't guarantee that everyone's going to have 3 minutes worth of ads each hour. It just means that that's the time that ads could show up. If I run that, it means there will be no ads on my channel for the entire hour for the rest of the hour. So that's why I run it that way. So that there is less interruptions. So Jace, we are moving books into the shop. So we're taking all the books out of the villager tower, trading tower, and moving them into the bookshop. So the shop should be functional today. It might not look 100% pretty, but yeah, it is filling up and should be functional by the end of the hour, I'd say. On Facebook Live, streamers force you to watch them because it's also on the statistics of the stream. I do, yeah, Facebook. I will be honest, I do not know how Facebook works when it comes to streaming. I don't, besides yourself, Creeper, I don't know anyone else who streams on Facebook. I know people who stream on TikTok. Do I know anyone who does an Instagram? Not professionally, I suppose. I've seen people stream on Instagram a little bit. Hello, good. I give up on that ladder. Are you going to be playing on your Forever World today when you're done with scooting the books? I think I might. Because I've got a lot of backlog to put into the temple. So I think I might spend the rest of... Once I've done all the books sorted, I might just do that and sort out the temple. And if I feel like I've still got time, we can then do some work on the Mesa Ring, which is code for I need to build a terracotta farm on my Forever World. Was about to be like, just moved them with a party bag and then realized that you chat. You can't chat. Is that a typo? I just figured out how to change my username on MC lol. Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, just missed that there. Was it something else on Minecraft for a while? We need to play Minecraft again. I've been trying hardcore. I keep dying, which is frustrating. So I might go back to survival again. Because I can just respawn again, which is less frustrating than losing your world forever. So I tried hardcore for a little while. And out of curiosity, where is my memory at right now? Okay. And I tried it with Skyblock. I've tried it with Vanilla. Honestly, I just don't think it's for me, per se. At least not in... It is and it isn't for me. I think if I was to do hardcore, I'd need a good, strong purpose to do hardcore. So, like, say if I was doing a series that worked with hardcore, then I could do hardcore. But I tried Skyblock hardcore a couple of times, and then I gave up. And I didn't want to lose that world, so now I just cheat myself back to life all the time instead. That's my Forever World. My Forever World is a hardcore world. But I don't... you can always bring yourself back to life if you know the commands. Oh, Creeper. Oh, yeah, you're based in the Philippines, I suppose. Most streamers use Facebook Live here. Only some are on YouTube and Twitch. Mostly Facebook and TikTok, but Facebook ads are just milking with the ads. Facebook is huge on ads. Very big on ads. Even if you play on... if you're like Instagram, again, they work their... They work it for the ads. Meta loves ads. What can I say? It's just the way of the thing. So the other platforms do love ads as well too. I think it's just like some platforms have kind of... They just deal with them differently. Let me see. Power 5 here. The Travago ads. Haven't seen that one in ages. Timu is the one that pops up a lot now, I think. At least on some platforms. I was Ghost Monk. You were Ghost Monk, a name from a long time ago. Oh, okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Your phone might be listening. You might get a Trivago ad now. Oh, that's true. Do you know what you'll get instead? If you ask for this one? Jet 2 Holiday. I don't know the quote for it. I could do that. Have you ever tried Avid's Chunk Lock game version? I have not. Mainly, so thing for me as a player, I have a very hard time focusing on multiple worlds at the same time. You might have noticed that I'm not making huge progress in my Forever World at the moment. So it's making a little bit of progress every now and then when I get the urge to get on and do a little bit on it. But I'm so busy on SBK and with all the projects that I'm doing. So with all these projects, like you do kind of like run out of time to do some things in your other world, especially when you've got work and stuff as well. So you get Duvid meal ads on Vintage's stream. Just remember, don't eat EpiPens. That's not how you're supposed to use them. Jet 2 Holiday. Right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4. Oh, if only. I was looking at possibly popping over to London around this. I was considering popping over to London this August. Problem is flights are stupidly expensive. Like for Dublin to London usually is fairly cheap. Like you can get it for like under €50 or something. At the moment, I think most flights were around 200. I'm just like, that is so frustrating. Alfie, I hope you can hear the inside of this place. So I was quite frustrated when I saw those prices, but I think I know what the problem is. It's actually not London that's the problem. It's Dublin. Dublin has got Oasis, an Oasis concert this weekend, which is up the prices for people flying into Dublin and Ireland at the moment. And of course, accommodation is through the roof here as well. But a lot of people are then flying via London. So, yeah, ups the prices for planes there too. So I was a little bit miffed about that. But, you know, it's okay. In the end, it's actually probably better that I didn't go to London this time because just like circumstances in life would have been a little bit difficult if I had gone. But anyway. Also means that you guys don't miss out on streams. With 5 $1 bills for 3 I'm pennies, 3 nickel and a dime. What? I'm confused. Hit me with a bird. Nala, welcome in. I just saw you there. Do I get ice cold water or a cruise? I'll do ice cold water. Them Gallagher brothers just can't stop themselves from causing trouble. What? I'm getting confused now. Isn't that like Shameless? Oh, okay. Oasis. Oh, sorry, I'm getting mixed up. Yes, the Gallaghers. Yeah. No. Okay, I think that was just a disconnect. Okay, that was just a disconnect. Woo! Oh! I think Water Ghost MC needs to be part of SBK for Water Ghost. Oh, well, you could be part of it by naming something. That'll put you in it. Some people have named them, have got themselves named in this game. Making progress. I don't know how far we are. We've made it through 2 floors. There's about 1.5 floors. I'm already part of it. I secretly Hobbit. Ah, you're Hobbit. Okay, so you're above me up there in the red. Cool. My bad on the first. I think is to be part of SBK. More followers. If anyone does want to go check out Water Ghost MC, you could go follow him. Yeah. Just double checking. Pronouns. He, him. Not sure if I got that right or not. I was just don't want to assume. But yeah, you can always like they rated in earlier. And everyone's got to start somewhere if they want to stream or make content. Yes, he, him, or it could be he, her. If I'm feeling MJ. Yeah, okay. Ah, that is quite satisfying, just like falling down. Water Ghost is End Kingdom? Which I think Fortune is up here. Yes, it is. I probably should put looting on the bottom. I think Fortune is going to be less likely to be bought compared to looting. Miss Maury, how are you doing? Good to see you. My brain is melted, but I'm finally here. Just spent the last 6 hours completely rebuilding an epic level demigod character in a system I barely understand with the help of my game master and another player. Oh, that sounds cool. Well, welcome in. I hope you've had a lovely day so far. NJ from Spider-Man. I am jealous. So jealous you get Peter Parker. He's a hottie. Yes. Any particular Peter Parker? Any particular one of the actors? Oh, let me think. Honestly, I think I had a crush on all of them. Well, I think the biggest crush was for Andrew Garfield. I think that was my biggest crush out of the Spider-Man. Tom Holland. Still prefer Andrew Garfield. Okay, Tom Holland is cute. He is, but he's I don't know. Have I gone to this level? I thought I'd done. Yes, I have. Just did these two here. Oh, someone's been tuning my ceiling. Andrew Garfield is a good Spider-Man. If we're talking about just like who's a good Spider-Man. Let me go through it. I think... So, Tobey Maguire was a good Peter Parker. Water Ghost is talking about Michael Jackson. Oh, that's not... Oh, right. Different MJ then. That's a totally different kettle of fish. So you've got... Go crazy, Leon on Leon. Yeah. Going through the things. So Andrew Garfield is a good Spider-Man. My argument is that Andrew Garfield is a good Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire was a good Peter Parker. Tom Holland was good at both. So like that's kind of like my thoughts on it. I'm partial to Tom Holland, but because all the MCU goes with it, true. From Toby to Andrew, they're good. Yeah, they're all good. My opinion was always Toby made a good Parker. Garfield made a good Spider-Man. Yeah, Alfie's on the same page as me, I think. Unless he gave me that opinion and I was like, oh, I'm going to take that myself and just roll with it too. It's not because Miss Mori says, let me see. Game you're playing. It's not a system that people are familiar with because Seth Player, who was helping me with the custom building it and fine-tuning it for the last decade, but it's based off Warhammer 40k. That's so cool. So it's based off it. So it's like a homebrew then. Tom Holland, favorite Spider-Man over there too. It's a fun system. Okay, I think this is worth a poll. Let's make a poll. I'm not going to say... I need to move that out of the way. Where is manage poll? Here we go. Let's do a poll. New poll. Best. Sorry. Favorite. Spider-Man. We got Toby. I think it's EY. Andrew. And Tom. I'm not going to allow additional votes. Let's just do 3 minutes. Okay, let's see how it goes. There you guys, go vote. Let's see who the favorite Spider-Man is. Actually, can I vote myself? I'm going to vote. Yeah, I'm going to vote too. I can vote. This is an opportunity for me to vote. Fire aspect goes over here. By the way, the poll is over on Twitch, YouTube, guys. I don't have poll opportunities to do on YouTube, so apologies. But you are welcome to pop over to Twitch if you do want to do the poll. Oh, I don't have my arrow out. String! Can I get string? No, I just got XP. Yeah, that's fine. Tom for sure. I've got a feeling that Tom may come out on top this time. He's a very, very popular Spider-Man. I didn't vote for him, but... That's just me. Gotta appreciate Toby, though, for keeping Marvel alive through the early 2000s. So true. So true. Like, Toby did an amazing job with Spider-Man. Those first 2 Spider-Man movies that he did were fantastic. Dr. Octavius was probably one of the best villains from that era. I think, yeah, I would say that Dr. Octavius was probably one of the best villains from that era because he was incredibly human. Like, it was a very human emotion that he was feeling compared to like a lot of other villains, which is like kind of portrayed as a little bit more Disney villainish from back then. Oh, I do need to do it because you're worth it. Let me take a break and get the hair down. Ooh. This chat is on fire tonight. I'm having a hard time keeping up, guys. Toby, Snipes, and all the X-Men really... The X-Men again. Again, first 2 movies good. Third movie had issues as well, but I actually enjoyed the third movie. Here we go. Here, I'll give you a full cam for this. because you're worth it. Defoe was fantastic. Defoe was a brilliant character as well. I think I need to really go back and watch that first Spider-Man movie. I don't think the movie was as good as the Spider-Man 2 one. I think that was a better... I think the Spider-Man 2 one with Otto was a better movie. But Defoe, Green Goblin, was a fantastic character. Iconic. And him coming back in Spider-Man Multiverse 1, like his camera, oh well, I'll blame my hair. But yeah. Catching up there in chat now. So it's a really cool game because we had to rebuild my character because when I started I didn't know the system at all, so we wanted to make a difference. Camera unfocused. Yeah, it probably is just like my hair got in the way there. Well, big surprise. Tom Holland won by 6 votes. Won 60 votes. 60% of the vote. And let me check the view. So view results. Tom got 6. Andrew got 4. Oh, poor Toby. Oh, poor Toby. He didn't get any. In fairness, he was a much better Peter Parker than he was Spider-Man. So, there we go. We know who the people like. I'm already in SBK. I've been floating around the ice tray at a spruce. Lucky I'm invisible because I think Nuker Liam would freak out. Oh, you're floating around over there, yeah? Managed to get past all of Avid's. Managed to get into Avid's basement. Is that how you did it? Let me see. OMG, yes, he was amazing. Oh wait, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Quicksilver. Yes, Evan Peters, Quicksilver. Oh, Evan Peters, hands down, absolutely hands down. I didn't mind Aaron Taylor Johnson's one; it was fine, but Evan Peters, he had the iconic slow motion seed, and also I just think he gets the character across a lot better. Maybe Aaron was like a little bit kind of held back by the fact that he was using an accent as well, but like you then have that like the whole like he's from a different country and he's trying to get the character across, so he did have that barrier. When you've got that barrier of pretending that you don't understand the language of English at the same time. But yeah, Evan Peters, I love this character. David Cornsweat is taking the lead as Spider-Man. I don't know that person. Are they? No, isn't the next Spider-Man with Tom Holland again though? The Maguire Spider-Man movies were the springboard for the superhero movie renaissance, and we can never take away from him. No. He was a huge, like, absolutely, I completely agree on that, General January. Superman, but Andrew is my favorite. Yes. Wait, the kitchen scene or the school scene for, yes, those scenes, they're iconic. David Cornsweat as Superman, I meant. Oh, Superman, okay. I don't know. Aaron also couldn't technically be Quicksilver either because they didn't own the rights to the name, so they didn't bother developing him much because they couldn't keep him. Yeah, it was a tricky one, and I suppose like they managed to get the Scarlet Witch, X-Men managed to get Quicksilver. I suppose it worked out. I need to go up a floor. All movement and SBK content. Pause for Marvel conversation. Then DC. Absolutely, I dipped my toes into both. Guys. I'm a massive fan of the Sandman. DC. And also there's a lot of really good DC stuff as well out there. Come on, anyone who's anyone knows that Batman Begins and that Batman trilogy also helped revitalize things in the comic book universe stuff as well, on the big screen, and also is very good portrayal of Batman in a universe where superpowers were not really a thing. So they made a point of they actually had a whole 3 movies which did not have like the magic stuff going in it, or if there is magic, it was completely not seen at all in that universe that was shown. Yes, the Chris one. I saw the Dark Knight. Probably one of the. I love the Dark Knight. You don't like Batman? Batman the character or Batman the movies? I really enjoyed the Heath Ledger Joker Batman one. And I've seen, actually, I've also recently seen the new one, the Robert, no, what's his name? Glittery or blue? I think we can go with blue. That's the easier one. Batman as a character, I find it boring. Same with Superman. True. They are fairly boring characters. They've been overdone. Pattinson. Yes, Pattinson. I did watch his movie when I was flying back from South America, and actually it was a good movie. Was it a great Batman movie? Maybe not. But I found it a fascinating movie. Okay, Feather Falling definitely goes up here. I think it is this chest up here. Okay. Deadpool or Wolverine? Both. Lads, I so enjoyed that Deadpool movie. The Wolverine Deadpool movie. It was so stupid. But that's what I like about Deadpool. It's just so stupid. And it knows it's stupid. It's doing all the tropes and stuff like that. It doesn't take itself too seriously, and that's why I love it. It's more so Superman's only weakness is a substance that barely exists, is basically invincible, and Batman is just kind of boring Iron Man. True. He's just a rich guy. That's I think why I kind of like enjoyed the Batman Begins movies, because it was a case of like they explored a story where he had to kind of like fight for his life and stuff, even though he's just had the superpower of being incredibly rich. And there are only 265 bones in the human body. I'm not saying the other part. What? General January can't decide between 2 Canadian icons. 2 Canadian icons. Wolverine is played by an Aussie. I am pretty sure Hugh Jackman is Australian, isn't he? Someone correct me if I'm wrong there. I'm pretty sure Hugh Jackman is Australian, isn't he? The characters are Canadian. Oh, the characters are Canadian. Oh, I hadn't realized that, actually. Okay, fair enough. Lure 3. That is... What's his face? Deadpool, why am I forgetting the actor's name right now? Ugh. I should know this. Yeah, I'm really bad with names. That's fine. One of my co-workers won 4 tickets to see it in a raffle. Oh, what are you seeing? Controversial take. DC has better villains. Marvel has better heroes. I could agree with that. Ryan Reynolds. There we go. Yes. What do we think of that? Miss Mori's got a good statement. DC's got better villains. Marvel has better heroes. Thinking on it now. Could be. Yeah, could be a thing. I love Hugh Jackman, so mostly because of how many musicals he really enjoy. He is a big musical theater person. He is huge into musical theater. He did an amazing job in Les Mis, but he's also been like in so many other musicals as well. Great voice. He did like one of his earliest movies was a production of Oklahoma. Oklahoma, when the wind comes sweeping down the plain. I won't go too long just in case YouTube decides that I can't sing Oklahoma. Make my own cover. Why hasn't any of the Marvel people like go to therapy? I mean, there's like Moon Knight with multi-personality disorder. Deadpool talks to himself and more. Well, Deadpool can interact with the multiverse or break the fourth wall. Johnny Depp is also a really good actor. Johnny Depp is a good actor. I know he's been embroiled in controversy occasionally, but I suppose that's like saying that an actor has not been embroiled in controversy, which is very unlikely. Marvel's superheroes are more human, coming from a world we know and live in. DC tends to have OP heroes that are hard to identify with. Yes, like an incredibly rich person who can just buy anything he wants. Did I go the right way? I came out of that portal. Okay, weird. The thing I like about Marvel heroes is that they can all be defeated. True. Let me think. Going through like that's true. Like, cause like Superman is, we all know Superman. Superman's got kryptonite, and that is like okay. I thought the recent Superman movies, not the most recent one, the ones before the one like the what was it the Welsh dude, Superman ones, Man of Steel, that movie. I found that kind of frustrating because they were trying to do something that they did with Batman. They tried to do with the Batman Begins movies. Or the Batman Begins and the Dark Knight movies, they decided to try and keep it as real world as possible, with some exceptions. Like, let's not get into the cold fusion nonsense. Cavill, yeah. So, the Cavill movies had something very frustrating in that they did their best to try and explain everything through science. Forgetting that Superman is in a universe with magic. Something I found out recently is that one of the theories behind Kryptonians and how they came into existence is due to one of the Endless getting involved. So those who do not know what the Endless are dreamed. So let's go in order of age. So you've got Destiny, Death, Dream, Destruction, Despair, Desire, and Delirium. So those are the 7 Endless, and they will forever be, and they're kind of like embodiments of the universe, and they come from night and time. And it's implicated that one of the Endless, Despair, if you don't mind, I don't think this shows up in the shows, but it's implied that Despair created Krypton, or created the race of people, the Kryptonians, a planet where those people would be living in incredibly harsh conditions, constantly in a very nasty environment, which means that they're constantly like fighting against their nature and stuff, because like they're in a very nasty environment. So basically, Despair created a race of people to suffer, to feed despair. And this is one of the reasons why they say, spoilers, can't say anything next. Something happened to Despair that I can't talk about if you don't want spoilers for Sandman. But it is very... It kind of... Like, Kryptonians are an unusual... It is an interesting hypothesis, anyway, on the creation of Krypton. That basically they were a race to feed despair and create a place of pure despair. because like, it was a very nasty place. Soup's kryptonite and Kryptonians, just about it, unless you count horseback riding. You mean horse riding? Sorry. We call it horse riding this side of the sea. I kind of like the last Superman movie. I haven't watched it yet. The brand new one, the one that's just come out. I do kind of want to watch that because that seems fun. I don't know who, but this guy on YouTube tells you what it would be like to be a mutant or have the power of the ring. The power of the ring, like from Lord of the Rings, that's an interesting one because, like, what is that power? I am curious to see how far they go into exploring it in the Rings of Power, because obviously that's the show where it might come in. Oh, Green Lantern power. Okay, yeah, that Green Lantern powers, I get that one. Okay. The power of the Lord of the Rings, that's a little bit more mystical. Not a fan of DC, but I will say I enjoyed Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad I particularly enjoyed. I thought it was like a good, fun thing to do. Didn't take itself too seriously. So some of those Aquaman movies as well, they also didn't take themselves too seriously, which I think is why they're enjoyable. When DC doesn't take it too seriously, it can be fun. I think I did this level already. I did. When a superhero movie takes things far too seriously, you know that it's probably most likely may not be a good movie. Sometimes it is, but it's a tricky one. I'm about 15 years out from published comics, so far behind. And out, you're right, horse riding, because where else would you ride a horse? Let's not get into that conversation. At least not, yeah, well, we'll be careful. I'm not going to go any further than that. You guys can have your own imagination. Deadpool Wolverine movie only was the reason I was able to see it. I was grateful to him. Yeah. Lord of the Rings has such a nice, beautiful lore. Lord of the Rings is horse head riding. I wouldn't try that out. That sounds painful. Let's talk Lord of the Rings then. Let's go. So, who here hates the Rings of Power show? That has definitely been a show that has caused controversy, I believe. For those who do not know, a few years back, they started a Lord of the Rings show on Amazon. And it's based in the Second Age. Yeah, it's based in the Second Age. For those who do not know, there are 3 ages of the sun. In the Lord of the Rings universe. Actually, there's 4 ages, because the 4th age happens at the end of the Lord of the Rings book. But yeah. Oh, me too. I hate this. That is nothing like the books. It's... So, here's the funny thing about... The thing about the book, is about the show, the new show. We have to keep in mind with this show that they are extremely limited in what they can do. Because... 1, they've only got a couple of seasons to do everything that happens. And... I think I actually like it. They've done their best they can with it, I think. It's hard to make anything on the Second Age because it's so spread out. Yeah. So, what they've had to do with the Rings of Power stuff, because the thing is that the Rings of Power story that they're telling, most of this stuff happened over centuries. And what they've done is they've reduced it down to probably over a couple of years instead of centuries. So like they have had to make changes to make it work. Absolutely footy. So everyone do hydrate, look after yourselves. So I think that is a sacrifice that is kind of important for that story. The other thing that they've also had to like speed up the speed of how the rings were created, because like the rings had to come a lot faster. There are a few things that like I do find I don't particularly like Galadriel's role. I feel like they've tried to say, oh, we'll make Galadriel like a powerful warrior instead of like what she's depicted on in the Lord of the Rings. So I'm not 100% pushed on that. And also they have changed things that are important. So it's a funky one. Why may make a beautiful series that has nothing to do with what the Silmarillion says. The thing is, it isn't Silmarillion either. I have a lot of complaints for the show also come from people not knowing the lore. It is a tricky one to balance, but I think that the other thing that they're having a real difficulty with, for those who may not know, is that there's a huge amount of limits on what they can put in the show. Because the show, they've only got rights to certain things. And the people who hold the rights to Tolkien's estate have massively curbed what they can and can't use. Water Ghost, we'll see you soon. Thanks again for the raid. But yeah, you're massively limited on what you can use in the show because they have, like the Tolkien estate has basically said, you can't use this, you can't use this, you can't talk about this. So they're having to also work within those boundaries as well. So it is very, very frustrating trying to write a story where you've got limited things that you can approach. You've got to get a story which kind of works within a couple of seasons. Doesn't feel like a ridiculous amount of time is passing, because like that can be tricky, especially when you're dealing with humans. And they've decided to include humans which are not fully grown, which immediately causes issues, because then you've got actors who are going from what age in their mid-teens, and they have to stay, and then they're going to be in their mid-teens. They're going to that kind of issue coming up as well. So you get a lot of issues happening with the Rings of Power show. But it is, are they doing the best that they can? I think they've definitely missed the mark on quite a few little things story-wise. The lore is a little bit messy. They could have tidied that up a little bit more, I feel like. What you said just there about rights, that's why I have to point out to everyone who rages about new Star Wars. They couldn't do the books as we know them because the copyright is so skewed. Star Wars lore is so messy that way. Disney's going to do original stuff because that's the way Disney will do it, so they don't have to worry about infringing on rights of fan books and stuff. A big gripe from the fantasy stories is the fact that the written work is so expansive and you limited the production budget. Yep. But if you are limited to the production budget, you still can do a huge amount. Go back, have a look at the Lord of the Rings, those original 3 movies. Those 3 movies did an incredible job with the story because they were limited. They had to put a limit on what they could do. They didn't fit everything in that they needed to, that they could fit it, that they wanted to fit in. They had to really pare down the story to make it work, and they shaped it so well. Like I will stand by. Elfie will also stand by. We'll stand by those 3 classic movies. They did a fantastic job of it. Hello, Grayscaped. Hi, welcome in. Welcome in, Raiders. I did say goodbye, Water Ghost. Grayscaped, how are you doing? What were you guys up to tonight? My name is Nath. For those who do not know who I am, my name is Nath. I'm an Irish content creator who plays an awful lot of Skyblock. I'm currently playing on Skyblock Kingdoms, which is a content creator SMP. There are 22 content creators, all playing across 11 kingdoms, and I am of the Nether Kingdom. Oh, hello. Welcome in, Raiders. What were you up to today? We're stealing your lush caves. Hi, I have no lush caves. Sorry. Good luck. We're in Skyblock. If you need lush caves, you need to build them. Though I am planning on building some of my single-player Skyblock world in the future. Ains Library, how are you doing? Welcome in. anyone wants to stick around, you're welcome to. If anyone needs to go look after yourselves after your stream, please do. It's important to go look after yourselves. How's my stream going? It's going pretty well. We are chilling and chatting. We've gone from talking about... We've been talking about DC and Marvel comics and their movies, and we've now moved on to the Lord of the Rings movies. Excuse me. Thank you so much for the follow, Ainsia. I don't know if I said that right. We'll be right back after you take a short break. You do look after yourselves. Good. Building in Minecraft. Ooh. Survival. Creative. Ikai, you lose so much if you don't watch the longer versions. It's so cool checking out the extended versions of the Lord of the Rings are definitely worth a watch. Highly recommend checking those out. I've got all 3 of those extended editions on DVD. But the really important question, who is the hottest of the Lord of the Rings characters? Oh, we're back to who's the hottest again. we did the Spider-Man earlier on. Survival, we're doing an achieving chasing project at the minute. Ooh, awesome. That's so cool. Do another hydrate. Good to know. I've done. I need to do another movie marathon of the 3 extended movies of Lord of the Rings at some point soon. Did you hear they have more content for those 3 movies they're planning to release? As in, like, from the Lord of the Rings. Hottest. Sam. I'll tell you what. I'll hear what you guys say, and then I will reveal who I had, who were my chief crushes from the Lord of the Rings. Aragorn, like Viggo Mortensen is an amazing looking dude. Also, great voice. He sang I love that he sang in the movie. Absolutely incredible. So dedicated to the role. And like he sang in Elvish. I don't think it made it into the main movie, but it definitely showed up in the extended edition. And like he did and like he wasn't even supposed to be originally Aragorn. He came in really late into the role as far as I'm aware. Aragonese was my crush since I read it. And to be honest, yeah, the older I get, the more I realize Samwise is perfect husband material. Oh, he's from like just like the best husband, Sam. Though, if you are capable of carrying children, have a think about that because do you know how many kids he had? Let me see. I've got the book here. Where is that family tree? Brandy Books, Longfather Tree of Master Samwise. Okay. So, there was. You can count these guys. Eleanor, Frodo, Rose, Merry, Pippin, Goldilocks, Hamfast, Daisy, Primrose, Bilbo, Ruby, Robin, Tolman. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There you go. 13 children. He had a lot. When I was younger, I preferred Legolas. Was an adult, Aragorn 100%. Although I think he's hotter before he became king at the end. Oh well, yeah, the rugged look was much better. Let's see. Shay has said Sam, Aragorn, Galadriel, Merry. Merry was very cute. That actor is cute. Ah, okay, right. Let me see. Okay, I had a few crushes, I suppose, in Lord of the Rings. This is also, I was like, what, 15 or something at the time? When did those movies come out? Quite young. So, yeah. Frodo. So Elijah Wood, Dominic, so that's Mary, and Orlando Bloom. Those are my main crushes. This is like me thinking back to like when the Lord of the Rings was coming out. Those are the ones that I was definitely into. Dominic and Billy still do a lot together, I think. They are great. They're a great duo. I love that they still do stuff together. Bloom used to be. I don't really think about Bloom as much anymore. I'm thinking more like Bloom when he was as Legolas. On DC, I only watch The Flash. Are you talking about like the show or the movie? Ooh, give me a second. I need to cool down a little bit. Right, the show. Oh, absolutely the show. Because that show, Grant Gustin is the name of the actor, isn't it? Apparently my boyfriend does not like the sentiment dwarf in the front, elf in the back. He's got a glorious beard, but fantastic elven hair. Oh, Miss Maury, that's fantastic. It is Grant Gustin. Grant Gustin, again, other great music. He's a great singer and dancer as well. I do wish that they had finished up The Flash earlier on. Like, I got bored of The Flash eventually. Like, it just... And I think that I got bored of The Flash probably around the same time as Grant Gustin was getting bored of The Flash too. Depth Strider, I think, is downstairs. I'm pretty sure Grant Gustin was getting, like, to a point where it's like, oh... Am I still contracted to play this character? I've done this for so many years. Like, it lasted so long. The story and the effects they added to it, yeah. Like, the Flash show was a great show, but I do think it went too long. They should have ended it earlier. I think they ended Arrow at a reasonably good point, but the Flash, they kind of kept just, like, flogging like a dead horse. Miss Maury, I have been threatened with death by tickles if I ever say it again. The elves in Lord of the Rings are my favorite. That's where Elfie comes from. I was 10, and the looks are based on Aragorn. Oh, that's cool. Is that why you're also king? I do love the interpretation of the elves in the movies. And don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the interpretation of the elves in the movies, but the reason why I say don't get me wrong, I am not 100% happy with the interpretation of the elves in the movies because it's hard to have fun with them. Like, they show up at Helm's Deep and they're so perfect in their orderliness and everything like that. And it's like, but it's very hard to have the fun that's kind of portrayed in The Hobbit. Like, when you read The Hobbit, you hear about the elves having parties and all that jazz. And you hear about it in the Lord of the Rings book as well. But you don't really quite see the fun side of it. It's all very ethereal and like... I suppose in the Hobbit movies they decide, okay, we'll show the fun by showing the elves having fun in an elven way. But the elven way of having fun in the movies is... We're sitting here, we're playing beautiful music, we're looking beautiful, we're all divine. It feels like that kind of like silly depiction. You know the way the silly depictions of heaven, of like clouds everywhere, golden gates, gentle music playing, people playing harps, and it's like... This does not sound like particularly great. So, whereas like the impression I got from when reading The Hobbit, that impression of reading The Hobbit was of that everyone was having a good time. Even the dwarves were having a good time hanging out with the elves. So that's one thing I kind of wish they could have found a way to depict that in the movies. Oh, the elves showing up at Helm's Deep didn't make sense to me, but it's fine. It wasn't a bad thing, but it was also kind of like something that they didn't need. I think. I don't think it was a necessary. I think it was like an addition that was thought about, and they're like, okay, we'll add this in. The problem is, if those elves had shown up, what we kind of forget is that if the elves had shown up at Helm's Deep, that Helm's Deep would have been far better defended and would have been far less likely to have. That's, I think, the reason why I kind of found the two towers a little bit frustrating, because they brought the elves into Helm's Deep, and I was like, this is unrealistic. If the elves had been at Helm's Deep, the gates would not have been breached. Because the whole point of the Battle in Helm's Deep was that it was incredibly poorly defended. There weren't enough people to defend Helm's Deep. And that they were being overrun by orcs. And that they needed to bring the army in to defeat them. Because the army was on another part of the country. I think they made the Uruk-hai so intimidating they needed help. Not really. Like, I just think that the whole point of like Helm's Deep was that they were trapped in a fortress with very few warriors to keep the place safe. They had to go get them and bring them in. I've been yep. But again, still, it looked great. So I guess cinematically it was fine, but lore says. And that's the thing. Sometimes you have to sit back and say, are we doing it for the right reasons? And from a visual perspective, it looked great. At the same time, Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli took out an entire battalion of them in the Fellowship. So, it's... I need to... You know, maybe I need to read The Lord of the Rings again. I have not read that book in years. Though my sister did just get me another book for my birthday, so I have that to go through as well. Okay, we're making progress. I have cleared out 2 floors of books. We've got one floor and two villagers left. So... Ooh. Gimli and Legolas competing for most kills is one of my favorite things. Yes. Still only counts as 1. Oh, more hydration. I get why they moved it, but Barmer also dies in 2 towers, not in Fellowship. Yep. That's true. Ooh, coffee. I don't have coffee right now. I can't do coffee right now. It's the wrong time of day. Creeper John, it would be... If I'm doing my math correctly. 22 plus 7, 29 minus 5. How early is it for you? Did I do my math right? I did do my math right. Thanks for hanging out, King Alfie. See you soon. Oh. I'm pretty sure, Creeper John, you said you're in... I woke up at 3 a.m. and now it's 5:30. Okay, so you're just having one of those nights where you woke up early. Yeah, I was like, I realized there, I took a second. I was like, hang on a second. I'm pretty sure you're in UTC plus 7. Or 8, is it? Yeah. Around that time zones. So quite a bit of time ahead of me. Which should put you in the middle of the night. I sleep from 6 p.m. last night. Okay, so you had a early night then. It's a little after 2:30 p.m. where I am, so like a normal time. Exactly. Oh, this room is warm. Actually, I'm going to just take a quick second and count how many I have left to fill. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16. 16 left, so we're over halfway. Ow. You start at 4 a.m. for you and SBK stream weekends? Yeah. I was first for the stream weekend. I was very early for what I usually do. I usually stream evening time, my time. But I ended up starting stream weekend, which means I started at 12 noon in my time zone. So, yeah, it doesn't really... It's not particularly conducive to anyone in North America, since I think the earliest time zone in North America is Atlantic time, or actually, sorry, it's Newfoundland time. So Newfoundland, I think, is, let's see, it's 5 hours East Coast. Eastern is 5 hours behind. Atlantic 4 hours. I think Newfoundland is 3.5 hours behind me. So the earliest time in North America is would have been at 8:30. But there's not a huge amount of people. That doesn't really cover a lot of people, because it's just Newfoundland. But then it would be Atlantic time, which is 4 hours behind, I think I said. 4 hours behind, so that would have been 8 o'clock. Yeah, just early. Ains, this is the most reasonable time I've caught a stream in a while. It's only 22:40 for you. Oh, snap! It's also 22:40 for me. Okay, I'm pretty sure I figured out the one on the floor below. Piercing 4. Your Pacific time? Pacific time is 8 hours behind me. So that's why the stream weekend started at 4 a.m. for those on the Pacific coast. Yeah. I don't like there's I think most of the SBKers would stream evening Europe time and then nighttime Europe time. So you get streams, most streams in the from SBK would probably end up being covering during the day of North America. I suppose America is mostly in general, because like the time zones aren't that different in South America. So the Americas are covered most of the time. Europeans probably, if they want to stay up really late, can watch some of the later streams. And then I suppose those in Oceania and Australia and Asia, Far Eastern Asia, would probably get caught by... They'd probably be able to catch the late night streams from North America and have them in the morning. Okay, piercing is below. Of course, then you have the few creators who are just nuts and stream it. Most of them just like keep streaming. They start a stream and then they don't stop. Like Kitrix a few weeks back, who I went to bed when she started her stream. I woke up and I found out that she was still streaming, and then she was still going for a couple more hours after that. She just ended up accidentally doing a stream through the entire night. That's why I'm glad you're stream in the evening your time, so I can actually catch your stream. Yes. There's a lot of people who tend to do like late afternoon stream, prefer to do late afternoon stream watching that instead because like they don't do late night stuff. So okay, seems like my game is holding up a lot better this time round. You're gonna clear out another fortress? Are you playing vanilla Minecraft, I presume? Not Skyblock, because it's like just that's just when I say vanilla, I mean like just like non-Skyblock, really. Oh, you're playing Skyblock? Oh, have fun. If you happen to have a mob switch, that should make it easier. But yeah, clearing, it's a lot of fun. I've watched. I actually haven't done it in my single player yet. I haven't cleared out. I haven't needed to. So my single player Skyblock world is pre Skyblock Infinite. Scalp the Fortress, yeah. Before Skyblock Infinite, Dr. Trog had developed a map for Skyblock, and I played that. And in that version of the game, instead of having fortresses in the world, so basically what you'd actually end up having is you'd have this just void everywhere. But there's fortress bounding boxes. So there was a spot where there used to be a fortress and it had been deleted, but the bounding box is still there. So if you built any blocks in that particular location, you would get fortress mob spawns. So I have that in my world. It's a little bit different to the way we play Skyblock Infinite, where the fortresses do spawn, and you do then have to survive dealing with the actual blocks already being there and decide whether you want to keep them or whether you want to slab them or whether you want to go try and make a mob switch so that mobs cannot spawn. Infinity should be down here. Here we go. That's all our bow enchantments installed. I wonder if someone's going to make a... I don't think anyone's jumping to make a wither skeleton farm yet, because I think the thing is everyone is waiting before we go to the end, before we do wither bosses. I found a small fortress near the portal before I log off. Ooh, awesome. Oh, yeah. I'm not sure I'll get round to getting over to my single player world for a long time today. I'll get onto it to do the end of stream stuff, but I don't know if I'll get a huge amount done there today. Because it looks like we're down to 15 trips left to go. Okay, this is definitely one of the reasons why I would not mind going to the end. Am I ready to go to the end? I'm not sure. I think I'm kind of the opinion we're still kind of like the way we're deciding when to go to the end. I think I could say this is we're deciding as a group basically. So when everyone feels they're ready, or when most people feel they're ready, that's when we're deciding to go to the end. So at the moment, I don't think there's really much appetite to go to the end. Everyone wants to have fun with the happy ghasts and get happy with them first before we start flying around with Elytra. Plus, I still haven't built all my bridges. I need to build my bridge into the center. I need to design a bridge to get into the center. I wonder, can I make a staircase here? I might be able to turn this into a staircase. Maybe a switchback staircase. And we could have some of the resources available on the upper level. How are my boots doing? My boots are doing good. What book is this? This is Projectile Protection. Oh, I think that's the barrel that's up here. How am I going to get up there? Let's see. You are... Wrong button. Projectile projections on this side. Okay, that's fine. Last protection that's hard to reach. Do you typically make your designs on the fly or design them in creative mode world first? Both. I'm so glad I was able to help you get some sleep in, Victoria. That's perfectly okay. So some designs I will play around with in creative. I might just do a little bit of playing around, and then when I've got an idea, I might just come into the overworld, into the world, and then work on them. Others I will I will probably improvise. I can improvise. So for example, the bridge that I built out towards bamboo, that I designed mostly in game, so in survival. I did do a little bit of work of it in creative to kind of like refine it so that I could quickly put it together in a time lapse and make a schematic of it. So that I did a little bit of that in creative. The mushroom is mainly creative, so I used Axiom to help me build that. Axiom I also used to help me build this. So this tower was also built in creative, so I could plan out the bottom of this and get the farm, the breeder in place. So yeah, it's a lot of the stuff I will do in creative, but I try to do stuff in survival too, so I can get a bit of a mix. I think I built the island behind the shroom. So this one over here, I think I freehanded that. I'm pretty sure I freehanded that. The games I built in creative first because I wanted to make sure that they worked. I think I should... Something I want to try and remember to do, because often what ends up happening is I sit down and I start designing something and then I've done it all. But I think what I want to try and do is I want to bring a little bit more of the designing process into... would like to put a... sorry, just a second. Yeah, what I would like to do in my videos is maybe put a little bit more of the designing process in my videos as well, so that you can see the creative process as well. Especially if I'm building a game or something. By the way, can you speak a few sentences of Irish? Sure, I can do that. Yeah, is féidir lom é lawat an ish, agus is féidir lawat éiste glom an ish. On Albert World Schriften sin, gam leis scéal an féidir lawat húpla habit a rá a scuilge. Ní cheapam gur cholas an tanga rivisho. Tá simagam céin fuma willige. I literally just translated what you had written there and said it in Irish, I think. Provided I didn't make too many mistakes. Reap Tide is over here. I got surprised. I think it was yesterday. So I encourage my streams to be bilingual. If someone does come in and they can't speak Gaelic, they can come in and speak Gaelic. Usually I expect them to speak Irish Gaelic. Yesterday though, someone came in and they started speaking Scots Gaelic, or typing in Scots Gaelic. And that caught me. I didn't realize it at first. I was like, okay, they just said something, but it doesn't quite sound right. And then he started typing a bit more and I realized, oh, he's actually typing in Scots Gaelic, not in Irish Gaelic. As I understand this, it feels it's not 100% the same as, it's not the same language as Irish, but it's got a lot of similarities. The two languages are very closely related. But I was realizing, oh, I understand this, and so I was able to have like a brief conversation with them, with him using Scots Gaelic, me using Irish Gaelic. I don't know how much he understood from my spoken version of the language, because they can sound quite a bit different. Written, they do look a little bit similar. I really enjoy when creators include the design process. It's so interesting to see how their brains work and to get the building tips. True. And a lot of times, not necessarily the building side that I would like to share. Like a lot of the time, I would love to share the redstone. Like if I'm building a game, I need to remember to show why I am doing certain things. Like I wish I'd done that with the drop game, the gas drop game. How many people speak the languages? So most people in Ireland I've got a little bit of Irish Gaelic, and they will learn a little bit they will learn some in school. A lot of people will blame the education system and say, oh, it doesn't teach Irish properly, because most people will do Irish for how many years of schooling? 6 plus 8, 14 years. So most people will do Irish Gaelic in school for 14 years, which is a long time. So everyone's got some smattering of Gaelic, but a lot of people, they're like, if you're looking at like those who would use it daily, I don't know the exact numbers. I think that there are definitely statistics online. I'd say probably a couple 100,000 maybe. The most well-spoken Celtic language is Welsh, where actually a huge portion of the population in Wales will speak Welsh. I want to teach myself Scots Gaelic as a Scot who knows none. You should look into it. I'm sure there's plenty of options out there for learning Scots Gaelic. My sister uses Duolingo, but Duolingo is only going to it's not really going to get you very far. Channeling is in here, because like Duolingo is limited. And it has issues. But there's definitely options out there, I think, for learning those languages. You've got really good at explaining redstone, though. I have learned more about it from you than any tutorials I've watched, AKE. Well, thank you so much. Duolingo's good for some things. I found it quite useful for picking up a little bit of Spanish when I didn't really have any Spanish before. But I wanted to try. I was curious about the Irish Gaelic on it. And as someone who's already fluent in the language, I wanted to see, okay, what is the quality like? And it is so haphazard and messy. And the reason why I say it's haphazard is because Irish Gaelic it's got, like with most languages, it's got multiple dialects. So we've got northern, southern, and western dialects that are still living and breathing and spoken today. There's records of dialects from other parts of the country that have died out, but people can work on to kind of like revitalize possibly. I cleared out this level. I have cleared out this level. So I would imagine a similar thing. There's a similar thing for Scots Gaelic. I imagine that there's dialects from different parts of the Highlands. And probably the islands too. So, like, I wish I knew a little bit more about like the languages of Scotland. Because I don't think people quite realize how diverse linguistics is in that part of the world. Because Scotland, for those who do not know, obviously most people, pretty much everyone there can speak English. But what people don't know is that while English was developing, At the exact same time, there was another language developing called Scots, which is the sister language of English. Same root, but evolved and developed at the same time. Some people will say, "Oh, that's a Scottish accent." No, 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 no. Scots is different. It's actually people. It's not exactly mutually intelligible if you speak English. So it is a cool thing to realize that you actually have another Germanic language that developed in the northern part of Britain, while another one's developing in the southern part of Britain. There's actually even instances in Ireland where another offshoot of that early Old English developed in Ireland for a little bit before it got wiped out. Scots also is transferred into parts of Northern Ireland, where you got what you call Ulster Scots. So those places right across, there's a large swathes across Scotland where you have where Scots was a language which was spoken. I live near all the cities, so Gaelic is less common around here. Yeah, and like the lowlands would have been much quicker to pick up on using Southern English than like the Highlands. Gaelic came to Scotland from Ireland centuries ago, like I think before the first millennium, during the first millennium. So Irish people, or the Gaels, they came over to Scotland and they brought their language with them. It pushed out the old Pictish language that we don't really know anything about other than that it just existed. Same time, Scotland also had influences coming from Norway because the Vikings came and they controlled a lot of the islands around the area too. If you go up far north, like to the Northern Islands, like Shetland and stuff, I think there was languages there that are descended from Old Norse. So you've got Scotland is such a breeding ground, such an old ground for a whole bunch of languages that have or haven't survived over the centuries. And Scots Gaelic is probably one of the ones that is talked about the most. People, a lot of less people are aware of Scots, as in like the Germanic language. And a lot less people are aware of that. They're kind of like, oh, Scots. No. Scots is not the Gaelic one. The Scots is the Germanic one. And then, of course, you got the English house spoken in Scotland. So it's... I don't think people quite realize the rich heritage that is in Scotland linguistically. It's far more linguistically around in Scotland than, say, Ireland. So Ireland had basically had English, Scots, but for most of the time it was Gaelic, because like it was a very rural country. People lived and worked around in rural areas. They didn't really work in the cities, so the main language on the island for up until like the mid 19th century was Gaelic. So yeah, there you go. Victoria, I did Japanese Duolingo for about a year and I didn't really teach anything useful, and I didn't really explain why some things are said at certain times. For example, good morning versus good night. Yeah. And that's, I think, my issue with Duolingo is it kind of like hopes you pick things up by osmosis rather than actually explaining the rules. So Duolingo is just a tool. If you're going to use it, make sure that you use it with a whole bunch of other tools like books and stuff and people. There's people out there that can help out. Akai, it's always wild to me thinking about the size of European countries and how people could cross over borders so easily with a drive as compared to here in the US. Well, the thing is, Scotland... We do not speak on my reset streak. No, Shauna, how are you doing? Good to see you. Everyone go follow Shauna Jade. Follow Shauna Jade. Go follow Shauna Jade. To cross into another state here, you have to drive usually anywhere from 4 to 8 hours. Well, if I want to cross into an... Okay, I suppose if I want to cross into another state, I just have to drive a couple of hours north. Because... Northern Ireland is in the UK, and that is another country. So that's... The furthest you have to drive in Ireland to get to Northern Ireland would be 5, 6. Let me see. It's how far is it to the border from Dublin? It's about, I want to say, an hour and a half. And then if you're going from, say, the back arse end of Kerry, you're talking maybe 5 hours. So the furthest you have to drive is probably 7 hours to get to Northern Ireland from Kerry. So yeah, it is quite a distance if you're going from one end of the country to the other end of the island. If you live in the UK, you can't, if you're in Great Britain, you can't drive to another country. You have to take a train or a plane or a boat. Okay, efficiency is definitely on this level. I was upset that my friend was moving away, and my friend in Europe was confused because he's still in the same state. I had to explain it's an 8-hour drive. Yeah. The states and the provinces of North America are huge. And it does depend on the country as well, because like some countries are not small. Spain. I'm not going to be driving across that in a day. Well, maybe in a day, but... That's a big country. France, Germany, big countries. Like, Ruby's not going to be popping into Berlin for tea. Ruby had to fly from where she lives to get to Rotterdam. I suppose technically she could have taken the train, but that was going to be a long train. Some people actually even fly inside Ireland. Some people will fly if they're going to Donegal, which is the northwest, and they'll fly from Dublin Airport to Donegal to get to the county. So yeah, from south to north Spain is min 8 hours. Texas is huge though. Texas is like... Isn't that like one of the biggest states? That's like saying, oh yeah, no, like we'll just drive from the southern tip of Italy to the northern tip of Italy in one day. I don't know if that's around the same as Texas, but like it depends on what state you're into. East Coast states are a lot smaller too, but like California from one end to the other can be like 12-hour drive. A90 Doors, thanks so much for the follow. Welcome into the chorus. If you want to let us know how your day's going, please do. If you want to just sit back, relax, and chill, that's also fine too. More than a 12-hour drive. We drove through Indiana once without staying the night, with 2 drivers switching off. It took 3 days. 3 days to drive through Indiana. Is that from the longest part of the state? I was like north, south, or east, west. I can't remember the shape of Indiana off the top of my head, whether it's long or tall or wide. But yeah, it depends on the country. Like if you're going from the top of Britain to the south of Britain, you would not want to do that in one day. Not on a drive. You'd want to take a couple of days. I've done... Let me see... Because I've driven across... let me see, we're doing impaling. I have driven across Britain. So from... It'd be Wales, North Wales to London. I've done that drive. And then I've also driven from London to Stranraer. So Stranraer is in Scotland, and that's where you can get the boat from Scotland to Northern Ireland. It depends on the roads too. USA roads are not the best. Not like the German roads. That's true. Like if you are driving through Germany, as Ruby has talked about before, and you are on the good roads, you can just go as fast as you want. And like, yeah, that's fun. How big is Indiana? I'm pretty sure I've driven from Canada to Florida in 3 days. If you could drive from Canada to Florida in 3 days, Indiana must be... I did not think Indiana was that big. There is no way it takes you... that any state would take that long. Drive from West Coast to Indiana, Central State. Was that a drive from the West Coast to Indiana? Oh, I misread that. That's driving to Indiana, not through Indiana. That makes a lot more sense now. My best friend and I drove from Pennsylvania to Colorado in a straight shot. 26 hours, no sleep, blasting rush in Kansas, and yes, the whole way. Yeah, but Pennsylvania is... You're talking about going through several states. That's like saying, okay, I'm going to drive from Spain to Estonia. Count the countries there. Spain, France. Probably would go up via Belgium into Germany, then through Poland. Then you have to go through Lithuania, Latvia, and finally you get to Estonia. That's a lot of countries to go through. Most people would just fly, but some people will drive. From West Texas to East Texas is about a 12-hour drive. Okay, I can understand that because like Texas is huge. It's like I would say from... Okay, if I was to drive from the bottom to the top of Ireland, that'd take about 7 hours, maybe 8 hours. If I was driving from the bottom of... If I was driving from, say, Dover to Inverness, which is like the south of England to the north of England, probably 10 hours. Especially once you hit Scotland, because there's a lot of roads in Scotland. Once you get past like Glasgow and Edinburgh, the roads aren't as strong. So you kind of are like in the smaller roads and not as great roads. My boyfriend went from Denmark to Valencia in the 90s. It took him 24 hours. Nah, that is crazy. That's actually pretty good though, actually. It takes about a week to drive from east to west coast here to the other coast. Yep. Oh, I missed this floor here. Where are we at? That's empty. That's empty. I think we're pretty close to done now. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 more chests. Oh, they were sharing the driving, so you could do it in 24. Again, like you're going through, a good portion of that drive is going through Germany, where you can just like go as fast as you want. And I think the French roads are pretty good as well. Even like back in the 90s, I would have said that the roads, a lot of European roads are pretty good. I mean, I just think the plane 4 hours and call it a day. Yeah. These days, most people would. And if you really need transport, like you can rent a car for a reasonable price. If I made the... Where is it? Miss Maury says, if I made that drive across Europe, I'd get distracted in France and never make it the rest of the way. Depends on what part of France. Like if you ended up in Paris, you might leave very, very, very quickly. Well, provided the traffic was allowed you to. The amount of spiders we have up there. Smite 5. is over here. Oh, this is looking nearly full. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Fantastic. Okay, that's only if you sleep a lot. 2 days if you don't, or trade off. And don't ask me how I know. My 20s were wild and a lot of insomnia. So I feel like no sleep driving would be less than 3. PA to California, Pennsylvania to California. If you do the Midwest in the middle of the night, you can speed like crazy. We do not condone. We take note, and we do not condone breaking the speed limit. So if that's the bit of but just noting things happen. Also different times. Little longer than an hour, and the car. I'm feeling ill. Yeah, I know people who get car sick too. It sucks. I can't read in a car, but I can definitely drive for a good long time if I put my mind to it. We're 3 drivers. We're sleeping in the car. I mean, I just had to take a plane. Yep. I like the shop that you have infestation problem. It's the ambiance. Like we've got to honor those Aussie spiders that have just been discovered. We could nickname them all the big boys. Okay, onto Curse of Vanishing. Fingers are tired. It is late. I guess after midnight over there. Oh. I think the most common speed limit in the US is around 70 miles per hour. Yeah, freeways, yeah. So 70... That's like maybe 100 kilometers an hour, I think, here. Yeah, it's reasonable. Our top speed limit on our motorways are 120 in Ireland. Which I believe is slightly more than what you could do in the UK, which I think is 80 miles per hour. It was a fascinating time when we switched over from miles per hour to kilometers per hour. It was a fascinating because like everyone was complaining, oh, we're going down in speed limits. Everyone was complaining because we were going from, let me think. So the 30 kilometers per hour, which we have now, would have been 15 miles per hour, which is slightly faster than 30 kilometers. The next one is 50 kilometers per hour would have been the 30 miles per hour, which is again slightly faster than 50. So it is, and then, but the top speed, which was originally 80 miles per hour, is slightly slower than 120 kilometers per hour, which is now our top speed. Yep, DK, Denmark. Translating for all those in places like the US, which probably see DK. What state is that? Is there a state in the US which uses the initials DK? Don't think there is, actually. Ooh. Okay, I don't know if we're even going to get this finished by the end of stream. Just in case, we never know. Dakota? I think Dakota use ND and ST, don't they? Because they got North Dakota and South Dakota. Okay. Let's go. Let's speed run these last ones. as I've only got a little bit of time left in stream. Yeah, I had a feeling about that. Yeah, figuring out what those acronyms stand for is a bit of fun, because like we've got number plates here in Europe, in the EU, not in Europe, but in the EU, all have got little letters on them as well to kind of tell you what country they're from. So Ireland is in real life, because we're IRL, which is in real life, for fun. There actually isn't. When the UK was still in the European Union, they actually had two letterings, because the letters are associated with like license plates in your car. Fun fact: most countries would have like, maybe they'd have like separate ways of doing car registration plates per state or whatever, but in the UK, it's Great Britain's got one system and Northern Ireland's got another other system, and it's mainly because Northern Ireland didn't upgrade with the rest of Ireland and the UK when with the style of number plating, so they stuck with an old school system. So Northern Ireland had an NI on their number plates, and those in Great Britain had a GB, because they used a different system. Still do use a different system, but they don't use the letters on their plates anymore because they're not the EU. Okay, keep going. Loyalty, is this loyalty? Yep, let's go. 10 minutes. 10 minutes to get these guys all over. I would love to get these all into the shop, and then I can tell everyone, hey, if you need books, go buy them. I think I'm just going to price them at 16 per log. I'll double check with Fool, because I want to run those prices by him. But I don't think anyone's going to be I don't think anyone's really going to be buying any books until Monday. But you never know. Could be surprised. Speed, speed, speed. Ooh, these cards have been doing very well. So license plates mostly managed by the EU and Europe, or is it EU and the local government thing? They're not actually managed by the EU at all. It's just that the license plates in the EU will have a little EU symbol on them. They'll have the EU flag on them, and they'll also have like a country's name in it as well. But each license plate, the license plates are organized by the countries themselves. So like the Ireland has got its own way of doing it. Ours is done on a national level. I'm not sure about other countries. Germany might do it at I don't think they do it at the they might do it at the state level instead of the federal level. For those who do not realize it, Germany is actually a federal state, a country that runs in the federal system, so it's got states. So France is also similar as well. It's got département. But yeah, they might do it that way. But yeah, Ireland is year, country, what number, car in the back. For example, 5329. So it's a 5,392 car. I think it's sold that year rather than made. Is it made or sold? And it's usually per county as well. So it'll tell you which one's been sold in that county. But yeah, it'll be the year, and then it'll be if it's after 2013, it'll also have a 1 or a 2 afterwards to tell you whether it was sold in the first half of the year or the second half of the year. Because that's important for cars for some reason. You need to put either a sticker with the letter of your country or you have it on your plate. And at least it's like that in Spain and Denmark. It's just incorporated into the license plates that we have in Ireland. Maybe because I saw a 252 and only had a 1 after the county part. Yeah, that's a fun one. So there's some... I think it happens in some counties. I know in Dublin, every year, I think it's the Lord Mayor... The Lord Mayor gets the first car of the year. So every year the Lord Mayor of Dublin will be driven around in... So this year it'll be 25251 D1. And that's the Lord Mayor's car for the year. It's not actually their car, it's the car of the office. Instead of actually his or her. I don't actually know who our Lord Mayor is at the moment, whether they're who they are. In fairness, they're not my Lord Mayor because Lord Mayor is only part of Dublin. Unbreaking. Not going to go into more details because I do not want to dox myself. You don't really get many custom car plates in Ireland. You can get it in the UK, but Ireland, because like the system is fairly rigid, it doesn't really leave a lot of room for customization. Like you might be able to do stuff like that in other countries. Definitely seen it happen in the UK, where they get specific numbers and letters put in the right order so that they can get funny number plates or number plates that they like. Okay, last carrot. I'll have to grab a couple more out of an ender chest in a second. You can custom number plates in Ireland, but I don't know not many people would really do it. It's kind of like if you were doing custom nameplates in Ireland, you're really, really, really digging it in. I think probably the most someone would do was look and see if they could buy the get like the #1 number plate, as like buy that car or something like that after the Lord Mayor's used it for that year or whatever. Deathfish111, thanks so much for the follow on Twitch. Welcome into the course. If you want to let us know how your day's going, please do. If you want, just sit back, relax, and listen into the stream. That's also fine. I think we're on to our last 3 runs. I see a sad milkman. This is the last 3 runs of our books. Best custom plate I saw in the US had a bumper sticker above it and said, "My other car is an A," the plate reading TARDIS. My other car is with the plate reading TARDIS. I love it. My province made custom plates available about 10 years ago. To bring more money into the Ministry of Transportation. They need every penny they can get, lol. Yeah, it's a cool feature that if you can do it, but I think the Irish system is just too lazy to change anything to allow for something like that. Because like that would sound like work if they wanted to have to do that. Okay, blast protection. Oh, this is the hard to reach one, isn't it? Okay. Let me see if I can reach it from here. Aha! This floor just have Bane of Arthropods left and One more. Villager Tower. Nether Kingdom. I'll be there shortly. By the time he gets there, I'll be there. I'm sure. Most we see nowadays is black EU symbol on the regs. Mm-hmm. All that money from the custom plates, and they still can't fix the dang roads. But they can plant fancy flower beds in the median beside the highway. The people love talking about like, oh, like car tax, like that's like gonna do the thing. Hello? He's muted. Hi. Am I muted? Oh my god, you're all there! I forgot. I saw your picture earlier. Hi.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, vintage milkman.
Hello. I'm so sorry. There's like a tickle in my throat. 1 second.
Oh, we can get that sorted. Oh, I've got ads going right now. This is.
Much better, much better.
I agree.
Hey, yeah, the tickle's gone. I'm much better.
So,
yeah.
let me think. Do you happen to have like I don't know, like 3 or 4 stacks of clump in your inventory right now, Milkman?
I've got a bed, 14 chickens, and a fishing rod. So, no.
Of course.
It's perfect.
Yeah. It's very intentional, very minimalist of me. I'm going very minimalist for this.
Oh my word! Wow,
Yeah.
I didn't realize you were such a minimalist. Like, I would have thought like bankers
really.
seem to have all these days, but no, you guys are very light on things. Well,
Sorry.
do you know what?
Just one sec.
You need to get some. Do you know what? Hydrate. Look after that voice.
I know. Unfortunately, I'm very dehydrated. I don't know what's going on, but that's okay.
Wow, like you're flipping octaves all over the place.
I know. I got so talented. You see, my next bit for my definitely I am Milkman video.
Yeah.
Is the fact that I'm just impersonating all of my friends. I think I'm doing a really good job at it.
Do you know, you're doing so much better than I don't know, who was it that did last time? Oh, wasn't it Vintage who had to pretend to be Milkman and you last season?
Yeah.
Like you're doing such a
and
better
I can't
job.
believe that Vintage did such a bad impression of Milkman.
I know,
No.
like it's so bad. It was
Yeah.
like there was no way Anathra was that bad.
No, it's Hold up 1 second. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I gotta grab something.
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, right. Hi.
Hi. Hey, how's it going?
This is how are you doing? Do you know what's just happened? How's your voice feeling?
Of course.
How's your voice feeling?
Hold on.
Oh.
What?
Wow, you're echoing. Your voice is echoing. Do you need to get your sound checked there, Milkman? Have you got your your room properly soundproofed
or something? Yeah. Gal.
Oh, that must be it. Like noisy neighbors. Yeah.
Noisy neighbors.
Keep going because like ads are just about to finish and now Twitch can actually hear you and whatever's going on. So yeah. Hi nature.
Really, hi, Twitch.
Hey Twitch, there's some weird echoes happening in Milkman's background at the moment.
What's going on with you, huh?
Here, come through with me. I'm gonna continue moving over my last books. Mind the hole. Yeah, I'm just moving all my books over to the bookshop, which just has got 2 more rounds of books to move. Actually, have you got fully clear inventory?
Yeah, okay, I
Because
could lend you a hand.
these are my
Wait,
last.
hold on, I gotta go grab a drink of water.
Oh yeah. You need to mind your voice. Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, it's all of the. It's a little dusty around here.
Oh, that's that's
we gotta get a
such
lot
a
of
different
water,
sound. Well, Milkman, would you mind grabbing everything in the chest on the left? Because I know.
Okay, sure.
I wonder
Oh,
if,
wow,
how are
that's
you
a lot.
how are you feeling right now? I kind of like feel
My-
like you sound a little bit more
my
lefty
favorite-
than usual.
Yeah, my favorite enchantment actually. I love this enchantment. I'm just gonna grab all of it. Yeah.
If you could just grab all of it, because we're going to bring it over to the shop, and you'll see why it's so useful.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, we'll bring it over to the shop. Let's.
Mhm.
Why are my shaders reloading? What? Okay. I don't know how to run anymore.
I don't know. Maybe are you sure? Have you got your settings a little bit off? Maybe I don't know. Like
Yeah, they
yeah.
are. They keep swapping for some reason. It really is.
Oh yeah. That's true. That could be. Maybe you can check
Oh,
that out
you know
after
what?
this.
It's the dust. It's
Oh.
very dusty here. I'm gonna get some canned air. I think that'll help with the.
Oh yeah,
configs,
sure.
you know?
Yeah. Well, the canned air is just going to make it so much better, and maybe you'll have less problems with the controls in a second.
But
Oh.
in the process of trying to find my canned air, I forgot what you're doing and why there are
Oh.
so many Bane of Arthropods books in my inventory.
Oh, we're setting up the bookshop. So if you want to come follow me?
cool. Yeah, I can
Um,
do that. Why am I so? Why is my gear so bad?
You're wearing no armor. I don't know what happened. Did you void yourself recently or something?
You know, I don't know.
Well, fortunately, there's some blocks here which you can run along without having to worry about being slow. Though I kind of want to get you some soul speed, but I don't have any on me right now.
Yeah, I think some sort of boots would be a good idea. Wouldn't they?
They'd be so handy. But, you know, I think.
I think they would be.
You- Have you ever visited Milkman? Have you ever visited Dolce and Gabbana yet?
I don't know if I have visited Dolce & Gabbana.
I
or
think you should
anything.
check them out. Like, I'm pretty sure they use your banking system as well. They
They use my. Oh yes, that
The-
banking system. That's
Yeah.
definitely amazing and awesome, and not at all
like that
strange and
orange weird
unusual.
stuff that feels so weird and like
you know, I think orange weird stuff is a good way to put it in Athra.
yeah like it's I don't get it. Like I'm a bit more of a traditionalist myself. Oh.
Right then, so where do I pay?
Oh. Come on over here. Here, I'll show you around. This is Elfie's shop. So that's Elfie's shop, which you can buy mangrove related stuff.
Yeah, I've been here. I've stolen from here before. See, that's my basalt.
Basalt.
Anyways,
This is the Nether shop, which you will not be stealing from. I've done very reasonable prices.
very reasonable. What's that?
Warp blocks. These are not. They'll be the future one.
Wait. These prices are in logs.
Of course. What other currency would we use?
I don't mean to be rude, but these prices are whack.
Well, like logs for logs is perfectly fine. Like your spend.
If it's not in clump, what's even the point?
Well, do you
know,
want
like-
warped logs? You just give me your pale oak logs.
See, I don't think that's gonna happen, though, is the problem. I don't think that can happen. That's not allowed to happen. That's not part. That's.
It's perfectly fine. It's
cannot
perfectly
happen.
legal. It's perfectly legal. Anyway, come on through. We should drop the books off. So,
Right. So look, all I'm gonna say is this server's currency is terrible. It's
Which
Look,
one?
decentralized, all of the logs. Decentralized currency. We need a centralized currency.
It's fairly straightforward. You can use whatever logs you want in my shop. Just not mine.
Yeah, but don't you know decentralized currency is absolutely terrible. We need a centralized currency. There's a I don't think these books are gonna cut it, but we do need something to.
I think they're fine.
might
Like
reach them,
I
but-
think they add to the ambiance of the shop. Alfie loves them, which is why I'm not getting rid of them. So here, let me see. Sharpness goes in one of these barrels over here. Here we go. So I need to bring these Bane of Arthropods downstairs. And if you
Are
just pop
there-
them in this barrel over here, which is marked Bane of Arthropods.
Wait, do I put them in the barrel or the?
Yep, just pop them into the barrel and they'll fill up the bookcase.
Oh,
What I love.
it's very dusty.
Oh well, we can get that fixed. What I love about this is that I'll probably never have to restock Bane of Arthropods ever again.
I don't know about that. If you keep the spiders in the ceiling,
Well,
I think it's a great business model.
thank you. What I love is that there's I know some of these books will barely get used because I just go off what happened last season. I don't think there was maybe like 1 or 2 blast protection books bought last season, so I've got a fairly good idea of what.
Well, that's
sells
because
and what
everybody
doesn't.
cheeses the wither.
Exactly. Well, actually, that's a good
Yeah, more
point. Someone
people
might
need to
want to.
go dairy free.
We could go dairy free this time round. That's true.
Yeah.
Milkman, do you want to go dairy free with a wither?
Yeah, I'll go dairy free with a wither with you.
Oh no, I thought you were going to do it yourself. I was going to just go cheese it. I could drop the heads off. I
well.
can leave one in your kingdom if you like.
Well, how are you gonna cheese it without any? Without any
Oh, no.
bedrock?
I'll cheese it with bedrock when we get to eventually get to the end. But
Okay. Well, I gotta go grab my lactate pills if I'm gonna do this then.
okay,
Well,
okay, cool.
Actually, yeah.
Anathra,
Mm-hmm.
I have several questions.
Oh, where are you?
I'm outside. I don't even know how to get to you.
I use the Nether portal that I set up. It's a little bit easier. But you can.
There's a frog in the tree.
I need to find you. Where are you right now? You in the center?
I'm literally like a wall away from you. I am staring at you.
Oh, okay. Turn around. There is a water stream that takes you up into the shop.
Oh, I gotta go all the way to the top? That's dumb.
I'll meet you up there. I'm sure Milkman will be able. Yeah, he's found us. They sound a little bit more they today with the way their voice is acting.
Do they?
I think so. Definitely feels almost plural.
Oh, interesting.
The
I mean,
community's gonna go nuts with that if they hear plural.
hello.
Hi. Actually, I think this
Yeah,
is.
they really will go nuts. Let's be honest.
They will.
They will.
Actually, I think this is your section of Bammer Grove for if you want
Oh, is
to
this
sell
mine?
stuff here. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is that yours?
I don't know. if this
Yeah,
is mine.
it's
I don't know.
yeah, this because like the middle shop is Nether, and then this bit here is if Bamboo want to sell anything directly from their kingdom here if they want to.
We should
Gotcha.
have a clump kiosk in here.
Nah, I don't agree with Clump. Oh, by the way, Milkman, could I get some pale oak off of you? I need to cash in at the
I think you could definitely get some pale oak off of me. You want to do a 1-for-1 log
I
trade?
think I think it should.
Yeah,
I think
well,
you guys
I
should totally go do some pale oak stuff trading. Here, let me show you the way out, which is easier than falling.
On second thought, I'm in no mood to be doing any trades today.
Dang it!
So, on second thought, I will not be doing whatever.
Well, let
I
me
just
show you the
said
way
to
out
do.
first, and then you can make your decisions. Maybe you might feel
Okay.
differently after you go through a portal, Milkman.
Perhaps.
Okay, level with me. Who's even here?
So, Trog and Vintage are visiting Milkman at the moment.
Ah,
Um,
yep, that makes sense.
So yeah, that's what's
Hi,
good.
Milkman.
Oh, hi,
Hi.
hi, Trog.
how you
No,
feeling?
sorry,
On third
Milkman.
thought, on,
How you feeling about
I've
that
been
trade?
streaming for a
I can
few
look at the
hours.
bamboo right now.
on third thought, I think that I've got a contract that you all could potentially do for a trade.
Oh, okay. What you
I
got?
would happily do that, but I really need to finish up stream. It is late here.
Okay. Well,
so-
I get. Well,
Fine.
all
So-
right. Okay. We'll talk about it later, I guess.
Yeah, well, maybe. Oh no, you could probably do something with nature.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, well,
Whoa! My frames are non-existent. I have seconds per frame.
Ooh, oh, that's awful.
Milkman went into the freaking Nether and the. Whoa.
They're coming back.
There we go.
Whew.
That was terrifying.
Okay,
What is-
I'm gonna finish up. I will see you. I'll see you later.
See you later, Nether.
Bye.
I have to go back to editing jail, so it works.
Don't get me. I'm not even sure I've gotten. I might get something edited for Monday. I might.
Yeah, I'm trying to get mine done for Monday or Tuesday.
Fingers crossed. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye.
One can-
Oh.
Bye.
Okay. Right, guys. We need to finish up here. Let me have a look. I know there was a whole bunch of stuff happening there in chat. I just let you guys do your thing in chat because like we had to enjoy the bit. If you got any clips, please do share them over on the Skyblock Kingdom's Discord or in my Discord, please. If you caught any clips there of Vintrogman, I love it. Vintrogman, let's go. Oh, I love it. That's so cool. That was such a cool bit. I'll just do a quick look back through chat and see if we missed anything there. So wait a second. Hold on. His brain is doing the screwy. Yes. The voices in Milkman's head. Oh, so cool. Twitch unfollowed you. Hello. Did you unfollow me by accident, Nature? No. Oh, that's a pity. Okay, well, you're always welcome back. I can't believe the Twitch be twitching. It's the internet. I didn't realize Milkman was such a giggler. I know. Which neighbor having trouble? Did Milkman? Oh, give me a second. Have to dispatch the dudes. Did they miss anything else? Randoms, welcome in. Good time zones to you too. And then over on YouTube, I know it's so crazy. Okay, right. Let's see who is live and if we can do a redirect on YouTube. I don't know if we will, but we can. But we'll see who's around. Okay. Okay, I think best I can do. When is Mig's premiere? Because I think that's Monday. If that's Monday, I'm not redirecting it to that because that's too far away. Let me see. Mig. 18th. Yeah, that's not a redirect. Okay, I don't have anyone to redirect to on YouTube. So, guys, I'm gonna love you and leave you on YouTube. Thanks so much for hanging out on YouTube today. Actually, stick around for a second. We'll sort out the raid for Twitch, and I'll finish up stream together. So, Twitch, who is live? Okay. Ooh, it's warm. Thanks for hanging out, Akai. Okay. We can get some raid messages ready. Raid all. If you don't have my emotes, you can use that one. Raid sub. If you do have my emotes, you can use this message here for when we're raiding in. Let's see. So, if some people done one shot. It's 38. Bum. I think let's send you guys over to know what? I'm going to send you guys over to someone in the community. So the Professor Gallifrey is playing a thing called Ocean Block. Or we could do that one, or we could do Minecraft Melee. Minecraft Melee or Professor Gallifrey. One shot could be a good one too. Let's go to Minecraft Melee. Minecraft Melee is kind of like similar vibes to what I do, I think, sometimes. Okay, we're going to go to Minecraft Melee. They're playing on one shot at the moment. So let's start the raid. Everyone on Twitch, thanks you so much for hanging out. Sorry, everyone on YouTube, thank you so much for hanging out. Everyone on Twitch, please do stick around for the raid. And we'll go give a good hello over to Minecraft Melee over there. I should be back on Monday. If I get the video edited in time, there will be a video on Monday directly before stream. And then stream will be Monday evening. So I will see you guys then. And good night. Have a lovely weekend. Goodbye.